Does that work? I think we're back now. Sorry about that. Now we're back. Now we got it back. Yeah, because I got rid of the stream delay and I thought I told it to just discard the delay, but apparently it's just OBS did things in the background. Anyway, GG's to Puffball Panda. Hi everybody. Thank you for sitting through those matches. They were actually in a lot of fun. Yeah, I was thinking about the ending plays there. I genuinely do not think there was a way to get the... I don't think there was a way to tie that out. Also, there was a star shaping in hand, which we didn't know about, but the caustic casks would have stacked, I think, on my Nexus first. So it would have been cask to me, or cask to both Nexus, and then the following casks would not have resolved. So this is still my absolutely been my favorite deck of the entire experience, though. To be fair though, getting 3 Anivias was pretty fucking sweet. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, the Soulcleave Caustic Cask, it's definitely weird to feel like fucking Starspring is an aggro deck, but it felt a little bit like that because my shit was so janky. We also didn't see, it was weird. The first round we saw, like, I would say the first like third of this deck we saw, and then for the last one it was like the second half of the deck that we saw, but neither of it was just like the full mix of cards. Yeah, Cat Soulcleave Salesman would have been funny too, but she had a heal. Yeah, it would have been fucking funny. There were a lot of options there that were hilarious, like getting the Chump Wump cleave going, but the problem was that the Ken's just like literally sitting on the board. 2 sharp shaping in hand. Ugh. How dare a healing deck run heals? Also, Monochrome, hello. Yeah, I've missed so much of the chat happening, and I'm curious now. What were you guys saying in the middle of the games? It is a nice Teemo scheme. Yeah, skin. Yeah, Swick was here. Hello, Shroom and Doom, indeed. A question about how can Teemo Hecarim resist to a deck full of removal like Jace Heimerdinger or Anri Ezreal? It probably doesn't do very well into those. I would actually bet doing better against an Annie Ezreal than I would to Heimer Jace, because I can't do anything about turrets, but I can put a blocker in front of the Ezreal and produce so many targets that it's harder for them to actually find answers. No, Quirina been a deck based on the mushrooms? No, in hindsight I should have included Quirina, but again, the burst spell, burst speed's healing is just gonna always negate it. I'd actually, with the cap and the landmark I believe resolves first, because it's I think the way the landmark works is it says at the end of the round, right? Or once you've seen enough stuff happen. Yeah, when I've seen you heal 22 damage at round end, the puff caps are a round start effect, so Starspring goes before the upkeep of the next person on that one. Yeah, I'm just talking through this now to straighten that in my brain. Why are you fighting? We are fighting. I'm sorry that we're fighting. It's for fun, I promise. It's just for fun. Yeah, that was some good shit. So now we're back to our usual bullshit, of course. It is 8:18, an hour after I usually start the stream, but we can now return to our usual ways, as in I'm gonna open up deck lists and challenges and stuff if you wish to submit any of those or request any of those, and I'm gonna go cleanse my soul by playing this deck in ranked. For sure. You want to see a game mode that's 8 slots instead of 6, but people would like it more? Oh, Fading Black Rose, have you seen the recent gauntlets, by the way? There was actually an unlimited, I think it was unlimited champion slots, right? Yeah, this one, unlimited champions. Any number of champions in your deck, given your deck is still built with 40 cards, max 2 regions, and 3 copies of each card. So you could play this if you want it. Wait, it still says it's 6, 4, and 2? Wait, yeah, 4 and 2 in the morning. For me, it's still open. Right? Yeah, I'm reading time correctly. Ends in a day, and 5 hours from now. So at least for me, it's still running. Probably tomorrow then. Yeah, or play it then. Yeah, you should. Let us know what your brews are. Try region decks. Want to be around when it's added into the game. I remember someone saying at some point that there was a singleton format that lets you have 3 regions. I remember that was a very long time ago when I was still playing Expeditions though, so I don't know if that's still actually true. This is another Dwayne deck. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Dwayning away. Hayden Bo Baden is our opponent here. Aiden Bo Baden, let's go. I'm ready to play this back to prove to somebody that it works sometimes. Very infrequently, but sometimes, you know, it works. This is February 27. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna pass the turn. It was also unfortunate that in both of the games where I played the Teemo Hecarim, we just unfortunately couldn't really pull out the words. Why can't I think of the damn word? The Teemo. I taught the Teemo like early, like a few times, and then after that it was like, no, we're never gonna show you a Teemo ever fucking again. You're hard stuck Diamond 2 won this season and it's tilting you. Getting hard stuck is always fucking annoying though. I wish you luck. I hope that you are unstuck soon. I believe. You wanna take 6 damage? You wanna take 5 damage? You're gonna take 5 damage. I also want them to remove this instead of my peddler first, if possible. We do, of course, have an Aloof Travelers to dump something. They're a relatively new Sen of Vygar player as well. They're dropping one of our Aloof Travelers, which is fine because I'm going to aloof them in return. So it's an aloof train happening. We get a mini morph dropped out of their hand, which is exciting. We're going to block with the 3-1 because we don't want that doing stuff anymore. Thank you very much. Can you imagine SIPNZ Vandal Go Hard deck? That would be pretty annoying. I'm gonna aloof them again. We are on odds for the Hecarim, unfortunately. Dropping Extali Sentinel, love it. Love to see that. We like to see these things. I don't have the Soul Cleave, unfortunately. We do have a fast speed 5 damage looking at us in the face. So for now, I think I'm just gonna cast that Haunted Relic to get that sweet, sweet Hecarim level in a hot minute. Shadow Isles, Ionian Targon, Esper, and LOR. That does sound that does sound fucking powerful. I like it. Well, then we're gonna just level him anyway. So there we go. There we go, team. Let's go, boys. All of you mask ghost thingies. For some reason, I think they look like monkeys a little bit, like ghost monkeys. 29 champions is enough. I think you could, I mean, if the 29 is the most that you can shove in from the regions, you should be able to get 30 though, right? If there's enough enough of 3 in each one, no? At least I think you should be able to. Hypothetically. That darkness is still doing a lot, so let's block here. Only 2 souls, you don't need 3. I see where you're coming from. You don't want that, you don't want the 3 souls. That's fucking fair. No, needing 3 souls is a little bit of a niche problem. Or a niche situation in general. I'm gonna cast a Prankster, we're gonna bait out that darkness. And then we're gonna cast the Heck. I do want the Shroud of Stillness that I had in the deck somewhere that I have lost. Because I did have one at some point and then it just kind of flew off into the ether. I could do a blowout. I could attempt a blowout with the Soul Cleave Hecarim. We're gonna attempt to blow out with the Soul Cleave Hecarim. He's just going to literally eat a vengeance, but if that doesn't happen, I have ideas. Don't you worry about it. I have thoughts. I have many purple doubly hand thoughts and many more. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. I'll still attack, but it sucks. It sucks now. It's not a pony. I'm offended that that's not an actual pony. Also, Noah, thank you for the deck code. Here we go. Let's see. We got one from Monochrome and one from Nowhere Now. Appreciate it. Copying those in. All of my bolds are out of order. Oh yeah, speaking of fucking document shit, I was working on a spreadsheet earlier today. This is boring, but it took up a lot of my brain space today. I was working on a spreadsheet at work, and I started doing something so weird that, like, 3 separate people looked at it, and none of them could figure out what was actually wrong with the spreadsheet. But it was just kept returning the wrong value, and I was staring at it and I was going, I bet there's definitely some way that I can, in fact, get this lookup function to do what it's supposed to do, and it just wouldn't. It was just like, no, we're not gonna do that. So we dropped a mini morph, we ate a mini morph, we have a vengeance in hand, we're murdering everything on sight, so that would be 1 Senna and 1 Vigar out of the way. The Vigar, of course, is now going to hit us in the fucking face. They can't do anything about that, which is absolutely wonderful, and there's no robe maker for discounting. So we have a clump of wumps, and we're gonna go Faye. I think we're just gonna point that at face. I actually have no puff caps, which is really atrocious for a puff cap deck. Really bad for a puff cap deck. So we're just gonna go with this and see what happens. Normal day or software development job, the computer is giving the wrong results and nobody knows why. I was talking to someone afterwards and he was like, yeah, I spent like 3 days spent 3 days working on a programming thing that just ended up like being a comma somewhere in the code. This is why I'm not really sure I could have a programming job, because I know some Python. I'm afraid of it, you know what I mean? It scares me. I don't want to lose my sleep and hair over something that's literally just a comma. Went to sleep angry, woke up, and then it worked and hasn't had an issue in 4 years. Technology is truly mind-blowing. And sometimes it's mind-blowing in all of the worst ways possible. I'm going to spring a cloud. I'm gonna just spring a cloud or 2 in a second. We're finally getting buff caps. Somehow they're down to 12, but I'm finally getting buff caps here, which is wrong. Definitely it's wrong somewhere, somehow. If you do that, I'm gonna be mad about it. I'm just gonna be mad. I'm gonna be pissed and give you 8 shrooms as a result. It's pain and suffering, but you're too far in. Oh God. Don't fall too victim to the lost cost fallacy. Am I saying that right? Lost cost fallacy? I want to say that's what it's called, but maybe I'm just wrong. Do I care about your healing? I do care about your healing, and I don't like it when you heal, bitch. I do not appreciate a heal. We're gonna also now eat a Vigar to the face, but that's fine. Who doesn't eat a Vigar to the face every other day? You mean people don't do that? What are you talking about? That's gonna be 6 to my Nexus real fast. I love it. I love it when it's 6 to the Nexus real fast. 14 puff caps on 21 cards. I need you to draw like a lot. I should have cast the Mushroom Cloud first, but I need you to draw like a shitload here. Like so much you have no fucking idea. I should have cast the Cloud first. I'm losing it. The Shroom Queen is losing it. Sunken Cost. It sends an opponent's fallacy back to the deck for 8 mana. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for sure. Thank you for correcting my horrible... I mean, it's kind of the same meaning, lost, sunk cost, but lost cost fallacy. I think I was trying to think of the word lost cause, and that's a different problem. 3 damage with the puff caps, and a darkness that is going to hit me in the nose, which is rude. I don't want to be hit in the nose with a darkness. That's not where darkness goes. Darkness goes deep into my psyche where we never address it again. I would love to cast a... you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna kill ourselves. We're once again gonna go out because as a proper team-up player, we acknowledge when we've lost and we're just gonna take that. We're going to acknowledge that we cannot win a game with this. I was thinking of you. I was not thinking of you, Monochrome. No one in my chat is a lost cause. I am the only thing that's allowed to be referred to as a lost cause here. So we're gonna import some decks, by the way, as well. Monochrome and nowhere to be found. I will put the Teemo Hackerum down for all of 2 minutes and move on here. I mean, we have these deck codes stored in perpetuity. So I know, actually probably should keep them around, actually. I might need them later. I don't know what this... Oh, this was the Make Meduli deck. We can drop the Make Meduli deck for a little while. This is... I am monochrome... I just try to spell it out and then take out the vowels. That's how we do it. Jin, Swain, Control, Dwayne, Dwayne, Control. I'm gonna be boring with the names. I'm sorry. I spent my energy before. Ligmaduli. It was a bit of a Ligmaduli. I believe it was Soul Cleave Nora Ligmaduli for the Boon duplication. You know, Boon Ligmaduli. Who doesn't fucking make that every day as a casual thing? You are an Asian art major. According to most Asian parents, you're a lost cause. Okay, not gonna lie, I definitely went... It's my life story is weird. I grew up in like the fucking whitest part of upstate New York, but my mom still had that like science makes money, art don't make money mentality to her, and I definitely went for the sciences a little bit because I was like, well, I can pay bills. Which is like true, but also like I definitely have a lot of things that have fallen by the wayside now that I would have perhaps liked to have done to a bigger degree. This deck collection, I have a lot of shit. Dwayne right next to the Dwayne. Dwayne v. Dwayne. You're an engineer's son. I think part of the reason she pushed me so hard, I mean, hopefully none of you mind the life story, but you're getting the fucking life story. And part of the reason I think she pushed so hard is because she was an English major who ended up not getting her doctorate degree because she couldn't, it was like a student loan thing and there was no money. So I think she was pushing me really hard to go into something else because she was like, I don't want you to be also a poor English major kind of thing. You wanted to be... The pressure from parents is kind of... It's still fucking stressful though. Like... Either coming from a perspective I don't want you to do what I did and like not make money, or I make money so I think you should do exactly what I did. Both are fucking rough sides of the same problem. Would I, a lost cause, be able to bless the chat with the best YouTube videos? Tatsuki, that is the truest and also the sweetest thing I've ever heard, and I fully agree. Fully fucking agree. I'm gonna do a Tusk speaker because fuck you. I want my skills out on the field. You wanted to be a musician? I mean, you're kind of doing the music stuff, right? I know you were talking about, do we care about that? I know you were talking about being in, you know, doing, like, performing, and you have your music groups and stuff, which is super cool. And as somebody who did music for a little bit and then just kind of, like, didn't for a while, because I focused on the sciences in my current career a lot. Kudos for keeping with it despite it all. Dad wanted you to be a stripper. Oh, that's a lot to unpack there. Also, Chaotic Nightglow. You have all the cards, but just 9 decks. Oh shit. Do you have like certain favorites, or are you just like looking? Is it difficult to find shit that you like? Went to college for a physics major, didn't finish it. Went to engineering, didn't finish. Went to design school and also didn't finish. College is also a weird fucking place to be. I made it through by overworking myself and basically dying mentally until I made it out. And then I was like, wait, you mean I don't have to be running 23 hours out of the day every single fucking day just to fucking try and get through this place? It's a strange institution. 10 years of jumping hoops between different majors. You went for music anyway. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna Death's Hand that because I don't like it, and then we're gonna flock it because I still don't like it. Sorry, Kindred. I have issues with you existing on the board right now. They're not really what I want to deal with. Parents can be a lot. Every day they are like, when am I getting your master's? Like, a college is expensive, and especially for your major, it's not needed. Yeah, like technical technical stuff like programming and software, like you just kind of, you can learn on your own, right? I was actually talking to somebody in my field the other day, and the MBA, like having an MBA is not as needed anymore for certain like business management roles, because there's just like, if you have experience running a company or working in a company, you can get that kind of shit just like by being a human in the world. And I was talking to somebody who's like, the PhD is slowly, kind of less so, because there's a lot of shit you do learn in grad school if you're going for a PhD. There's do I play this now to get countdown? 2, 1, flip plus Death's Hand. I kind of want to wait potentially for a Nora for that. PhD is also kind of heading that way in certain aspects. I only have a bachelor's. I thought about going immediately into grad school, and then I was like, I don't want to be super fucking stressed until I die, or for the next 5 years of my life, or however long it takes me to get that degree. Hate university's general fare. You're fighting people with 2 or 3 champions in Gauntlet while you have 9. That's also amazing. That's also fucking incredible. Don't think you'd be able to graduate on any course at all. I mean, also fair. If it's something that just fucking stresses you out and doesn't make you happy and you don't feel like it's actually helping you, don't fucking do it. What is that? That is a June of the Prodigy. Okie dokie. Let's get this tie ball going, I think. Let's get the tie ball going. Both of you managed to have a degree, and they're some of the best programmers you've seen. Programming is also nice in that you can actually get a lot of value out of just learning stuff on the internet, which is kind of great. Bye! I wanted that. That was important. That was important to me. I need it. I was actually kind of key. I was gonna level him next turn. Damn it, no! I'm getting distracted. Maybe an associate's instead of bachelor's or online. Yeah, not that school is needed. A lot of people do great things without schooling. It's not for everyone. It really isn't. And there are people in top roles who are just like, I worked. I learned stuff. And then the learning stuff like fucking paid out eventually. Her doing an online course in sound design. That's also super fucking cool. I have spoods. I may not have a doctoral degree, but I do have some motherfucking spoods, yo. Be impressed with my spoods. Do I want to kill that? I mean, I don't really want to give them mana. Does it matter if I give them mana? I don't think it super matters if I give them mana. I don't think it matters if I give them mana. We get the Tybalt next turn, and he will be a nice 6/6 with damage increase, so we like that. We have blockers for a little bit. They have no Nora yet. I'm hoping they don't get the Nora level before they cast, because then my Death's Hand is significantly less useful. 8 decks, you forgot to delete Tristan and Noxus. You want to test that for Understand his rune rate, but see, after you ran into Masters, you stopped for that. You stopped being greedy. Oh man, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. I have friends who never graduated and end up working in Sony or Paramount or Disney. That's super cool. That's super cool. I feel like the arts are also like, it's hyper fucking competitive, but if you can prove that you're good, you like different doors also open for you than in more regimented, like get this degree, get that degree kind of situations. You already a music producer teacher by then, but now you'll have a fucking paper proving to other people that you know your shit. To be Ace, you don't need a college degree, you just need you need to be competent. I mean, honestly, I agree. It's just like, just have a brain, you know? Be above average in knowledge and intelligence, and you'll be fine. You'll be totally fucking fine. Are they vengeancing stuff, or are they just taking the tie bulk? Because I'm okay with them just taking the tie bulk. I'm a little worried about units, and they also did throw my Swain in the garbage really rudely. So I'm hoping I can keep momentum going. Death's Hand will now hopefully smack a Nora out of existence should they cast it. Thank you, Tybalt. Thank you, Tybalt. You drink them in the mail and you literally have sat in the envelope since you got it. One thing I will say is I graduated in 2019, and I am extremely glad that I managed to not graduate in 2020, because the kids who got fucked by COVID in 2020 and like didn't have graduations and like didn't have a final semester if they were going to school on like on site and stuff like that, super glad I missed that, because that would have just like absolutely fucking sucked. Like not being able to have your senior year basically. That would have been horrible. Above average in brain activity, some people call it intelligence. Your doctor calls it ADHD. I really need to go and get an official diagnosis of ADHD. I was mentioning this in another stream of like, I'm pretty sure I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it, but it's also just like, what is happening here? A lot of things are happening. I don't have plunder activated. I mean, it's also just good to get that shit confirmed. Am I gonna die? I don't think I'm gonna die. I definitely like close to death though, like too close to death. I don't want to cast a djinn for a body, but we might have to cast a djinn for a body. We're blocking the Poro obviously, so we kill the Tybulk, unfortunately. I think maybe you should have considered that Death's Hand for the Riptide Rex, honestly, but I was just so distracted and focused on other things that I was like, yeah, no, we can just yeet it. I'm pretty sure we can just yeet it. I actually can't yeet it very well. I could go down to 2 potentially, and then Tybulk Rex. That's a strat. Do they have battle bonds? You think they have battle bonds or nah? Who here saw the Pokemon Direct? I did not. Wait, what are you talking about? Your mom was super sad. She got into the degree later in life, but no one could come see her graduate due to COVID. No! Oh, that sucks. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for your mom. When you finished school, you decided you weren't immediately going to university. It took a year to think what you were gonna do. Best decision ever. Now you do whatever gives you money, and honestly, you're happy with how things are. Yo, that's super awesome though. Like, if you can feel like you can figure out your shit and you don't need school, or you don't need, I mean, some school obviously you need, but if you don't need like an undergraduate bachelor's education or even an associate's, fucking go for it. Show some signs of ADHD. Oh yeah, for sure. I am distractible, I have executive dysfunction, I procrastinate a lot. If you are waiting for stuff from me, I'm sorry, it will happen eventually, but I'm just really bad at doing it on time. I suck. I'm so sorry. I am going to risk an attack with this and then try to Riptide afterwards. The thing is that this also just potentially kills them, so they have to somehow interact with it. They really have to interact with it. Okay, so they go for that, which means I lose the Riptide Rex count. I should have held Death's Hand. It's unfortunate that I top decked this like literally right after I managed to cast the Death's Hand on something else, but we are unfortunately just kind of fucking dead. Could have stunned, doesn't matter. Let's see. Her personality is just like mine. Oh, wait. Not to prove to others, it's just to prove for me. It's to learn to be more disciplined. I mean, that's also fair. Learning discipline is hugely important. I learned it earlier in my life when I was a kid for traumatic reasons. But I'm definitely glad I have some of that system in place now, to be honest. Let's try that again. That took a long time. I feel like that was a long conversation and also just a long-ass game. Let's see. Only Pokemon person here. Might be, yeah. Also, Emerald, hello, it has been a while. Welcome back. You were distracted by the conversation. It was a good conversation. Yeah, I just, I kind of had lost things. I just lost everything, and then I had the Riptide in hand, and then I just couldn't find a damage to actually trigger the plunder effect. So that sucked. But this looks better. This looks a little bit better. Death's Hand Disintegrate is a little expensive, but is in hand, so I'm not complaining. We also have just a bunch of fucking skills. And the turn 1 Tybulk, which we are lucky to be top decking as well. Sky! Thank you for the bits! Really appreciate it. Hi, Chip. We're also gonna scratch the chip while we wait for our opponent to be alive and breathing. They're running Nasus Caitlyn, which, like, Nasus Caitlin's pretty fucking cool. I want to know how that works, because it seems interesting as fuck. There's a ravenous fluke. We're gonna go with the house spider. We're going to eat flash bombs, apparently. This is gonna be a fun fucking matchup. I'm a fan. I'm excited for this. Let's pass. Let's go with Arachnoid Sentry, I think. That's another death's hand. Yeah, I'm just gonna do... I mean, we could pass here and see if something like a Caitlyn has been gets cast. But I do think we want to go with something like this. Let's stun the 2-1 and then go from there. You finished Dark Souls 3 for the first time? Fuck yeah! I still have to play the Dark Souls games. I still do. I started Sekiro, and then I stopped playing Sekiro for literally not any particular reason, just I didn't continue. And I still need to make it to the Dark Souls ones as well. The games are a good teacher. They give you full lessons. They're useful in your life. I am glad to hear. Let's just hit the Caitlyn. Let's punch the Caitlyn a little bit. Let's do a flock. Let's do a hand or something. I also managed to top deck a fervor, so I could have just cast a fervor, which might have been better. They're going for the right of negation. You are a masochist, but I'm proud of you. That's very accurate. That's very accurate. You do have to be a bit of a masochist to make it through Souls likes. But you know what? I fucking respect it. Of course it hit my spider. Not my spider. It was my favorite spider. That's a lie. I actually really hate spiders. That's just a flat out lie. I despise spiders. But still, you know, we're getting the tie box down pretty fucking fast. I'm gonna just cast this. I could go for the disintegrate, to be fair. Our other target is a Nasus though, so I kind of want to hold some kind of disintegrate combo for a Nasus. That might mean that the Noxian Fervor was more correct though, because then we'd have Death's Hand disintegrate or something like that. But we're just gonna go for this. We are approaching having the double tie box scenario pretty soon, actually. So I do not hate that one bit. Let's do Raven Bloom, or we could open attack. If we open attack, they get a mana gem, but they don't actually trade super favorably. Only Souls game liked was Elden Ring. Tried a DS1, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, but it was like, never mind, you value your console being not smashed against the wall. Fucking fair. Oh, actually, I did start Dark Souls 1 a long time ago when I was like, just like, you know, like, I feel like the best way to describe it is just like, I wasn't prepared for what Dark Souls was at the time, and everything was scary, and I didn't like getting hit out of nowhere by stuff, so I was just like freaking the fuck out constantly. It's gotten better now, and it's not really that bad of a scenario anymore. So at some point I will play through them myself, I think. You're a dopamine addict too, but it's just the same for all competitive players. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. The energy, the nervous energy that I had walking into that CDS game was definitely me just being like, I'm about to do some shit. I don't know if this shit's gonna work out in my favor, but it's gonna be some shit. That's a almost level Caitlyn. Oh god, save me. We have a tie bulk. This is good. That's a Nasus that is actually manageable. The Nasus is actually fucking manageable for us, because I could just honestly fucking Fervor and disintegrate it next turn. We're looking at a -4, however, and looking at that, well, let's do 4 to deal 4. So we will trade into the Nasus. We love a nice Nasus trade. I'm again losing resources that could be used for tie bulk, which sucks, don't get me wrong, but we're about to have 2 tie bulks, which is something. Disintegrate is not going to do a ton here, but we do manage to find a Swain who is very leveled, and we do like that for sure. You're running fucking Justice Rider, you are a Chad. You are a fucking Chad, and I have to fucking respect that. I have to respect that, holy shit. We definitely want to, I think, try and disintegrate something. Maybe the 3-5. I mean, we also just kind of want to not die. The Swain should be relatively safe unless they have something like Thermogenic Beam. But if they're not going to even do anything, we're obviously just going to cast leveled 1 and bash into the Justice Rider. Ooh, I need to catch up again a little bit. Finish Scholar of the First Sin is the best version, hands down. Oh, interesting. Also, Bravado, I'm having a pretty good day. How about you? Why is everyone in the Gauntlet playing 2 champions? I don't know. That is a little bit mind-boggling, though. Also, shit, Emotional, thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We are currently just doing some fun. We're just doing some fun Swain Jin gaming right now. We have finished up the Champion Draft Series game. We are now streaming without a delay. We're just having a good time. We are in Diamond right now, doing our best. We are also eating some shit right now, but that's okay, because we will be fine. We just have we have Leviathan sitting around, so I don't actually give a shit. We can kill the 3-5, which I don't think is the most important, but we do get a tie bulk as well. So I think we could just summon that potentially. They don't have a counter spell here exactly. They could damage the Swain for sure, but I think that's all right. I need to catch up on some of the chat here once more. Rasmold and Fuge, thank you for joining the chat, by the way. Hello, how's it going? We're gonna slam this tie bulk here, just make everything really chunky and dangerous. That is a 6-2. We're doing this. That is a 6 mana. Or 6 damage flock, apologies. We will get another Swain should that one die. That is an 8-8. We have an 8-5, so relatively just kind of nonplussed by all of this. 2 flocks, in fact, now. There's a Caustic Riff. That's a 9-9. So we'll be able to kill the Nasus here. Hopefully. I don't think there's a great way for them to deny us killing the Nasus unless they somehow kill one other unit before we go out here. Oh, they're doing that. Okay, so we do have to face off a leveled Nasus in a sec because we can't quite hit it. We still have Fluff, we still have Swain. Our Leviathan is unfortunately eating a good deal of shit here. Trying to destroy people with Nox is kind of slower at the moment. Draven or Darius kind of person when it comes to Nox. Don't know about Scion though. Scion Rumble is pretty much fun. I am continually impressed with Scion. Whenever I see a Scion, I'm like, oh, they're playing Scion. They chose, Scion was a choice for them, you know? Yeah, so let's see, there it's that. I'd like both of these, to be honest with you. There's no overwhelm happening. There are more flash bombs. I'd like both of these out on the board, but of course we can't get that. So let's just go with the Swain here. Force them to look at the Nasus block a little bit more. We still got the 7-4. We still got resources. Going from there. There's a Justice Rider that does block Fearsome for like a half a minute. But we're still trying to do some damage elsewhere at the moment. Dealing with a 2-1, dealing with the 11-4. Still got trades to manage. 2-1 could hit us in the face. That is making a spell, actually. Not sure what it's made. Hopefully it's not like a Mystic Shot or something. That is a concurrent fucking timelines. You know what? Sure. I'll take a concurrent fucking timelines. That's gonna be spicy though into your Flash Bomb Justice Rider based shenanigans. There's an Acoustician again making another spell. Let's see what it is this time. You thought I was a Bard player? What is this? It's some viewer decks that we're going with here today. That is a Mage Seeker Invest. You're shitting me! I'm sorry, you are shitting me! No! 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 I'm upset! I can cast more things, but I'm still fucking upset by that. How spicy are the brews today? They're pretty good. That's a fucking boomerang blade. This person's on some fucking cracked shit, and I don't know what to do about it except die, because that's literally the only thing that I can do is just fucking die, apparently. What is that? What did you just do? And why do I hate it so much? Boomerang blade. I did say I promised spicy brews, but apparently the spice is not coming from me anymore. Apparently it's not me anymore. Oh no. No, I hate so much that they are winning with a Justice Rider deck just because it has a Nasus in it. I hate that so fucking much. And the most annoying part is if that didn't have Spell Shield, I could actually fucking just kill it. The problem is that I can no longer do that. Makes so much sense for their deck, but is a great word to use in that context of I see what you are doing, but also I'm befuddled. I'm confused. I feel emotionally just full of interesting thoughts. People are so lame. I mean, that wasn't a lame deck. It was just like, I can't tell if they are fucking Giga Chad or just an amoeba, you know? Which of the two is it? And it's like perfectly split in the middle. Because the Boomerang top deck, I hate that it worked. I hate so much that it worked, that it did the thing that I thought it would do, or that it was, God, I hate it. If they cast that on a Caitlyn too after they cast flash bombs, holy shit, I don't want to think about it. I just don't want to think about it. I get good opening hands every single fucking time, and I can't get the Riptide or the Jhin to go. No, not that. Fair enough. We're playing Dwayne. I know, but usually I can win with the Dwayne. That's the part that's throwing me off. Also, yeah, befuddled and flabbergasted are very good words. I love the word befuddled. It's just that there's two D's back to back. It's just like befuddled. It's so entertaining. I have skills to cast, but I might just cast a House Spooty for now because it's a House Spooty and I like it. You really don't have Annie or anything? I don't believe you. I don't believe that you don't have Annie or anything else in your fucking deck. Let's see. They have Katarina potentially. They have a bunch of removal also. I think I'm just gonna soft pass, try and deal some damage here. Hit them with the spiders. Just trying to play the gauntlet, as many chances you want thing, and you got for go versus Aatrox, Quinn Vayne, and then Nora Vigar. Do people not even try to have fun? No, I fucking feel that. You can't blame people for like doing something that's memeier, but it's definitely annoying, or doing something that's not memeier rather, but it's definitely just like you can literally do whatever the fuck you want and you're doing that. That's why just to, you know, self-promote here, that's why you should totally 100% join the next tournament that I'm hosting for Easter, where everyone will be forced to bring their meme decks because we will have fucking rules. Anyway, I'll stop that shit. I'll stop. We're gonna summon more House Spooties, I think, and then just play the aggro game. We're aggro gamers now. This is what we're all about. My Tybalk's going faster than your Tybalk, so my Tybalk's better. My Tybalk is the fucking Razer flip phone, and you have some Nokia bullshit. To be fair, the Nokia bullshit lives longer, but that's not my point here, okay? I got the more stylish thing going on. Well, every life lined up perfectly for them. A little bit, yeah. You also like Bamboozled and Hoodwinked. Those are also good. Stop getting rid of my Swains! I like my Swains. My Swains are fun. I promise. My Swains are so fun, I promise. I only have so many. I only have so many of those. No sense for the dagger, but find too much. Self-promo is the best kind of promo. SoundCloud rappers would know. Nobody likes Swain? I like the Swain. Also, Popo Panda, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you sending people over here. And also, GG's earlier. Those were some fun matches. There's the Katarina finally. We're gonna also say no to the Katarina happening. For Empire Above All. Yes, hello Al. being attacked by pandas. That's okay. We can withstand the panda attack. Everything hurts me, but it's fine. It's fine that everything hurts me. Let's go with the tie bulk here and at least try to have some nice, fun, overwhelm goodness. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, everybody loves Swain, whether they know it or not. True. See, people are so eager to get rid of Swain must dislike birds. I mean, I agree. Disliking birds is a crime. I love me some birds. Stop taking my shit. Stop having that. Stop having those cards. We are approaching, let's see, the Jin is almost leveled, the Swain is almost leveled, but unfortunately I have literally only one Swain left, which kind of sucks. That is kind of an issue that I'm dealing with. Effie, hello, who doesn't like Swain? Currently my opponent, because they've discarded 2 of them with both of those aloof travelers over there, which is just rude. That is just rude. Yoli, if I'm pronouncing that at all correctly, thank you for the follow and welcome to the madness. Appreciate you supporting the stream a little bit. That's a fucking the music thing. The music thing. I'm a musician, right, guys? Okay, there's another Raven Bloom. I'm in pain. Everything's good. We're doing great. There's a Lord Broadmane. That sucks. Why am I just getting beaten by everything today? Like, why can't I fucking top deck to save my life? Come on, I just need something to live here. Everybody's killing my shit before I can do anything about it. Maybe if I stun everything out of the way, we can do something, because technically I have 11 damage in my hand right now. That's an evil imperfectionist. Okay, so they make a lot of tie bulks. We're going to stun small dudes. We're just gonna stun, I think, everything possible. Let's see, I have 2 HP trades into everything, so we're just gonna go, I think, for some targets here. How dare they use aloof travelers? Exactly. Exactly. Also pings us for 2 damage. Yeah. Meaningless. Unfortunately not meaningless. Effie, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Yes, I play piano. I've also played violin for like 5-ish years, like a decent amount of time. I was not as good at violin as I was piano. Piano was always the better one for me. They draw a card, we get a stun, they get a response, hopefully nothing impactful. We can try and deal 7 damage here, which means that we might be able to just top deck something, literally. I would love a nice top deck. We're getting Mystic Shot, we're getting Blades Edged. So, not the fun type of edging, just the shitty kind. Going with the 4-2, looking at 5. I literally just need, like, some sort of damage to happen. What you should do, you should make an ARAM deck. Fuck yeah, make an ARAM deck. I have a tie bulk too. We both have tie bulks. Mine is equally as good. Let's see if we can't get Broadmane deado. Because that will just be a pain in my ass if it's allowed to survive in any capacity. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Overwhelm. I'm wondering what damage they have in hand, or if they're trying to bank on like an Ezreal win con, which is a little risky for sure. I mean, they get that. They have a drum solo. More music things happening. Ran 1 random Decimate for moments like this. You're not even gonna run any champions. Fuck yeah. If we swing in right now, we deal 2 if they block with their tie bulk. There's an Annie. I'm still amazed they didn't dump their hand before everything else happened. There's a Noxian fucking Fervor. So in the name of having Noxian fucking Fervor, we're going to try and swing. And should they try and remove that garbage, it's not garbage, it's only garbage when our opponent has it, we're gonna try and smack him in the face with them 5 damage Noxian Fervor. They have 3 cards, they've dumped Caustic Rift and Disintegrate. If they have a Fervor, it's going to be smaller than ours at the moment, and they hit themselves with a Mystic Shot. Fucking respect. Fucking respect. I don't know how we managed to win that, but we fucking did, so I'll take it. Joanne for the win. Joanne indeed for the win. But I hear myself saying garbage with a French accent and the laugh at the end. So here's, you want to hear a funny / kind of abusive story? All stories that are slightly abusive are funny, right? For sure. There was a time when I was in a dance class and I had a very strict, if loud, Russian teacher who was actually part of the Fokine ballet family, if you know what that is. Choreographed a lot of original Russian ballets many decades ago. She taught in my tiny ass upstate New York town for some reason. She was a very strange but a very impressive person, and one time I was in a class of like 9-year-olds, so like we were not particularly advanced, we were children, but she was like looking at somebody's fifth position, which is a dance position, which probably most of you know, and she was yelled across the room and like the top of her voice like, it's fifth position, not garbage. And I've just never been able to shake the way she pronounced garbage like out of my head ever. Like it's stuck in there until I fucking die. You were thinking if you run into a girl at the club, should you walk up to her and say, you know, I thought the sun was the hottest thing in our solar system till I met you? It depends on whether or not if she wants to blind you with science after, because if somebody said that to me, I would definitely be like, but the sun is definitely warmer and brighter, and that's why I had trouble getting a date for most of my life. We have another deck code, by the way, to play from Nowhere to Be Found here. So let's copy that and play that for a little bit. Fifth Position sounds like a name for a Backstreet type band. Kind of does. Fifth Position. That's what I should start. Start some dance-related Backstreet type band. That would definitely go over perfectly. I am at 1000% convinced. This is a viewer deck. This is from Nowhere. We're looking at P&Z Shadow Isles at the moment. It depends on if her name is Diana or not. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Nowhere, P&Z, Shadow Isles, Caitlyn, bombing things to death, sending them to the Shadow Realm with flash bombs. I should have named it that, but I don't genuinely think it will fit in the actual deck titles. I don't think it will fit. Let's do Battle Academia, Caitlyn. Oh, and I get to run Teemo again. I get to relive the glory days. That literally like just happened. Let's do B and Z. I actually kind of like the other things. The chip is cute. The chip is fucking cute. Fifth Position, first album would named Kama Sutra. Oh my god, there's a plan going and everything already. Have difficulty flirting because girls suddenly start talking about star signs and you have a minor in astrophysics and they go, but Virgo, and you're like, well, actually, yeah, I'm just like, I don't really believe in astrology. I know that I'm a Capricorn, and I find it very, very funny when I in a astrology adjacent conversation, like astrology adjacent conversation, and then I'm like, I'm a Capricorn and I don't really believe in this stuff, and everyone immediately just turns around as like, yeah, no, you fucking don't. You're a Capricorn. I'm just like, okay, I guess, sure. Astrology is socially accepted flat earth. Tell them they have cancer. Oh my god. Tell them they have don't tell people they have cancer. That's really funny though. No, I think you have cancer and I think you are cancer. And then they just, when they ask you and they press you and then I just mean, oh no, I think that you are a cancer. Apologies, I must have misspoken. When it's just like, no, I'm just trying to get away from you. Do you remember the Nasus Kindred that got you out of gold? Now that you mention it, I actually fucking do. I had it in my inventory for a long ass time. But then I think the deck itself just kind of fell off, so I removed it. But I do recall that deck. Also a Capricorn, and you don't believe in it, right? You're a Scorpio and you like to kill or smash, it seems. I mean, valid approaches, I would think. You heard someone say that astrology is space racism. People do make a lot of decisions based on their astrology or like known star positions of people. Like I know in some cultures like it's normal to like compare like star charts before children get married, and it's just like I would have so many questions. I would have so many scientific and sociological and statistical questions about what just happened or what is happening over there. Let's see. I need to catch up a little bit. Just say I try to guess to star sign by asking you a question about your personality. Never answered the conversation with astronomy, just find it relevant in a conversation. You want to know my sign? Here it is. Holds up a stop sign. Oh my god. That's very funny. Just holds up a stop sign. Please go away. That's the Exteli Sentinel that we just dropped. Fantastic. You're a sucker for astrology, MBTI, MTG, color, pi, etc. Yo, you said something about MTG, and I'm like, yes. Here's the thing, I will judge people more easily because it's my wheelhouse if I know what regions or colors or archetypes they play in card games. Because I touch grass, I promise. That's a lot of value that you just acquire. I wish you would acquire less value right up now. That's a lot of value you just got out of a fucking one portal. Holy shit. You're getting rid of not my Teemo. You're getting rid of a vengeance. I actually kind of wanted that, to be fair. I did kind of want that, to be completely fair. And Azrael is very strong when it's funny. Rises a matchup really negative because he doesn't play the board. Oh yeah, whenever I bring in anything relatively aggro-ish, it's just immediately, oh, the Rise player's dead. It was nice to know the Rise player, but he is now dead, and it's exciting. Portal Printer sounds amazing. You'll get there eventually. Heard that space racism thing, and before you got a good laugh out of it. Oh, lots of tries to guess monochromes. You're Sagittarius. Vigar Nora, yes, that is indeed happening right now. I hate it. Thank you. That ski freak, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining the stream community. How's it going? What's up? No. Also, no. Do I want to take a Aloof Travelers or do I want to take a Peddler? I think I'm going to take an Aloof Travelers because I'm mad that people keep casting them against me. Teemo is leveled, which is nice. Good to have a 2/2 hanging around, and they've used a hate spike on something that's not my Teemo, which is nice. Aquarius, best character in Fairy Tail though. Whole lot of different zodiacs. True. Any Master Duel players here? Oh yeah, Glass behind me right now. Giga Chad Nora is better than the Cave. I hope it's not too much better. I would like to be able to do something here. If astrology isn't real, then why is every Sagittarius born late November, early December? You know, that's a good question. You lost all of your darkness, a lot of your value darkness generators, and I'm okay with that. That's it. You know, these are the things that we must discover. Truly, that's 2 poof cap, and I love that. I love that so much. We're gonna cast this Aloof Travelers to just say fuck you to whatever they may have around. We top deck an Aloof Travelers. We hit a puff cap or a flash bomb on a 1/1 or 2/1, which is nice, and we can potentially quietus that Nora out of existence, which would be pretty good. Time to dust off the old Aloof Printer. Apparently nobody gets a break from the Aloof Printer, not even me. We're on the 29th. It's not favorable to him for that. No, not as favorable as our opponent would like, for sure. Let's kill the Nora if we can. Still getting some shrooms out from this guy. 16 and 2 portals and 1 flash bomb still remaining. So we're approaching that kind of critical mass of we have almost as many puff caps as there are cards in the deck. That's the Nora just returning. Oh, it's a 2/1, not the Nora. Fuck you, and everything you stand for. I know I'm supposed to be making more Cunning Kittens, by the way, but I have just been severely lacking the capability to do that. So I'm gonna actually push some damage here. We might run into a portal, but I would like them to at least feel some form of wrath from me. Not Tri-Sprite, not Runic Sprite. Do play Master and attempted to get 200 gems from the event going on. So I actually logged in, because Glass recommended I do, for some of the event stuff that was happening because of the 25th anniversary. I've been getting a lot of, like, ultra rare red dragon cards for some reason. So I think I might try at some point if I'd pick up Yu-Gi-Oh! To do that and see how it goes. That's still a lot of fucking value. I need to just stop getting value. I need you to cease with the value. That's 2 puff caps. That's what you get for having fucking value, bro. Death. And a draw on the Sentry, which is funny. How's that Vygar doing? Not super hot at the moment. That's very good. Let's do a Ooh, no, let's do... I don't think they can kill Peddler super easily. They might be able to stack something, however. So I'm going to at least make sure that I can get some puff caps to trigger before that darkness resolves. Let's do an Aloof Travelers. Let's see what we can get out of hand. There's a Mystic Shot and a Vengeance dropped. We can hopefully kill, just kill the Nora. Just Nora murder time. Sorry, Nora. Hope you do not mind. Excuse me. Fuck off. Red Supernova Dragon? Red Eyes. Red Eyes, yeah. Couldn't play Sprites, but you're playing Speedroids. Climbing makes you do horrible things. I mean, climbing is just a unfortunate price that you must pay if you get too into card games. You get too attached to wanting to rank up and then it's over. And then your life is over. There's a Teemo. I love that we top decked a Teemo and they don't actually have an elusive right now. They are definitely going to try and remove something, but I have so many interactions right now that I think we're just going to go with everything that we have, which is a lot. So we're going to let them try and interact with the Caitlyn, and then we're going to cast our Teemo, and hopefully they have used a darkness by then because they're looking at this 3-2 and going, oh god, it's going to kill me. I really want them to look at that and be like, oh my god, this is doom and destruction, so that we can duplicate the puff caps with the Teemo, which we might be able to do. They are hitting the Caitlyn, actually, which I am relatively okay with. I'm not super pumped about it. We could try to open attack, but if they get her down to 1, they probably have a Poké Stick anyway, so I'm still gonna risk this Teemo first. Let's see. Don't play MTG, but you'd go for, is it? Oh, I'm trying to catch up again. Yes, okay. MTG is a thing that I know in the sea of Yu-Gi-Oh right now. It's pretty cool. I love Niv Mizzet, the dragon. I have decided that if I ever get a bird as a pet, I am 1000% naming it Niv Mizzet. You know, just having a bird named Niv Mizzet would be fucking amazing. We are going to just kind of open swing, I think. Yeah, the open swing should be fine. Most of this shit trades very easily into their stuff. And we're definitely looking at some powerful targets for them to have to poke down now rather than later. They are going for the Teemo rather than the Caitlyn, which means we do get the planting of the puff caps and the damage to face anyway. So they're saving a little bit of HP, but not the most possible. Vygar still ticking away a little bit annoyingly. Our puff cap peddler standing strong. Nora leveling, which makes more sense why they wanted to get rid of the Teemo now, actually. Let's see. Just because it's smart, passionate, and let it enjoy. I hate letting other people have fun. Just trying to play Gauntlet, run into Nora, Vygar, Aatrox, Quinn, Cat Leona, Kayla Leona, and Teemo Tristana. That's a lot of meta stuff for sure. Red Eyes might be neat for you, depends on you want to play Red Eyes Bird for the emotional damage. I mean, I love emotional damage, like anybody else. You get the stuff, that's fine. Let's do this, let's cast the things. Your pet cat is called a collie. Yo, that's amazing. I have, for a long time, debated, whatchamacallit? I have debated taking the tactic that happened in God of War of just calling my next animal also just fucking Gratitude. Like, can you imagine phoning up the vet and being like, hey, my cat's named fucking Gratitude, and I'd like to take my fucking Gratitude in to get a checkup if you don't mind. We're gonna cast more clouds because we can. We're just like slowly but surely puff capping them to death, and their Vigar is like catching up, but it's not like super there yet. And they do have lifesteal, but they can't attack with it this turn, so I just kind of gotta be careful of it. They're one unfortunate fucking darkness away from being able to hit my Nexus a whole lot, so we just need to kind of push for lethal before they can do any of that nonsense. That is 5 puff caps. That is 5 puff caps. We're going to go with everything we've got, because if they heal to 10 and we still have to force them to have some draw here, we might actually be able to win. They're going for draw and getting 2 puff caps as a result. They managed to find Dragon Collar, which is a card that exists and is real. Not gonna lie, that's also prismatic now, which is just scary. They might die. I think they also may just die here if they cannot block enough. And then we just have to hope that they top deck the right things. Or the wrong things, actually, more like. This is very good, though. They're killing the fucking Vigar. They're letting the Vigar die. We love it when they kill a Vigar. Yay, dead Vigars, indeed. Okay, Peddler also allowed to survive, which is a little bit surprising for me personally. Let's take that Extali out of their hands so that they only have the Nora to solely get them value and nothing much else. Name your cat payment so you can go get your payment at the salon. You'd name your cat Mom. ACOS board wipe is an issue? No, that's true. I'm here to drop Mom off for a checkup. So I was watching a documentary about these scientists once who were like studying seals, I think, and they gave all the seals names like your mom, like not just mom, but like your mom specifically, and like your sister. So it'd be like, your mom needs lunch, or your sister, your sister needs to be weighed this morning and shit like that. It was kind of weird, but it was also kind of funny. That's a 6-5. We need to kill them now. Please let me kill them now. That is 4 fucking puff caps. Goodbye. Thank you for your time. We are the Shroom Queen returned. Nostalgia time. Cat and Dog was an interesting cartoon. So was Kablam. Cat Dog? I didn't watch Cat Dog for sure. Dead to Dragon Collar? No, I mean, I would have been potentially, but we managed to win by sheer force of will. Every time someone mentions a show or cartoon from a long time, I could just go into a nostalgia trip. Angry Beavers and Real Monsters. Real Monsters? Wait, your boss worked on it? That's actually super cool. You had a neighbor whose dog was called Yo Mama. Oh no! Oh no! That's pretty good as well. Let's see. I still maybe if I ever show up with a dog on the stream, like when we move later this year and we maybe can get a dog. If the dog shows up and I'm like, here's my fucking appreciation. This is where it came from. Joe Mama is a good name for a dog. With Vigar Nora, you need to draw the mushrooms, and the need to draw the mushrooms are a real problem. Yeah, they actually are. Mysterious Journey feels a lot worse when you have to face off puff caps. Do I have another deck code to get to? That was nowhere to be found's deck. We've been up for a couple hours, so I think we're gonna try and make it at least another half hour or so to get some more memes in. Let's see. 90s kids here? Yeah. I was so sad when the Zaboomafoo lemur died. Speaking of nostalgia now. I've talked about this before on stream, and I think some of you might have been here for it, but every time I hear that Zaboomafoo died, I was just like, no. No, 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 no. That lemur is part of the show and is living on immortally somewhere. I'm sure that's how life works. That's how my childhood works. Yeah, so what happened was one time your boss, who was your professor, the time was cleaning her storage and giving stuff away. She decides to give away original stuff she did from Rugrats, Rocket Power, and Real Monsters. Yo, she worked on some important shit, yeah. Wasn't it a puppet? Oh, Fading Black Rose. So there was a puppet lemur that was like the Zaboomafoo that the Crap Brothers like interacted with the most. But there was a real lemur that they used from Duke University. that they went to like a nature conservatory place to be like, we want to film with lemurs, can we do that? They were actually, I think, pretty careful about it. And the lemur that was in all of the shots of the show, it died a few years ago, I think back in 2018 or something. Which, like, is fair enough. It's a lemur, it has a shorter lifespan than we do, but also it's just like, oh no, it's wrong somewhere that's wrong. The Adventures of Tintin. Oh, Tintin, yeah. I had a friend growing up who actually really liked Tintin. I've never super got into it just because I didn't see a lot of the media growing up, but I knew people who were like, yeah, no, this shit's good. What do I want to do now? I still want to try to get like a Revna deck going, so let's still do that. Revna's like my fallback now, like along with Bard and shit. Love the comic. My dad read them all in French as a kid in Brazil. That's actually really cool. I didn't know that. How did it play for you to play Jace Heimer? And your counter is the Aatrox Kane. Are you seeing a lot of Kanetrox right now? Because I'm used to thinking of it as a like, it kind of fell off, but if people are still using it, I got the exact same card back. Thanks for the mulligan. That's kind of interesting, actually, because I stopped playing it because I was like, this is probably a meh deck by now. But if it's not a meh deck, interesting. Let's skip. I don't actually want the Revna or the healing necessarily because we don't desperately need it yet. That looks like Yeti Ash Sejwoon. So I'd like to stop their Eddie Yash. Their your Yashwani deck. It's Yashwani. That's what I'm calling it forever. You want to pass a turn? Sure. I'm gonna cast a Sentry though before you do that. Unless you have a Tusk Speaker, in which case I've fucked myself a little bit. No Tusk Speaker! Yay! Such a huge fan of, but never met anyone who knew it. Wait, which one? I'm curious now. 16? I have never heard of that, unfortunately. I am not helping your case. The Babyface Detective is awesome. Let's see. Nikki Wong was your first crush. Oh shit, first crushes! Those are always pretty impactful. I've also said this story before on the stream, but when I was supposed to be watching Arthur in the mornings because that's what my mom allowed me to watch, but I would change the channel because she'd leave because the TV was on the second floor, and then what am I doing? I'm just dying is what I'm doing. I would sneak the channel around to play. What am I doing here? Sure, take the Braum. To watch Digimon Digital Season 4, I believe it was. That was always an interesting time. That was one of the shows where I was like, oh no, this is weird, but I like it. Kim Possible for you? Thank God it wasn't a hallucination. You have outside verification. Let's see. We have our discussions. You heard Code Lyoko was summoned. Oh yeah, Code Lyoko is, I believe, that it's coming back or something, or they like are releasing it somewhere on like Disney Plus or whatever. I forget the exact details, obviously. Some teenager mistook you for their teacher, and you got to say it made you feel old as hell. Now that shit does make you feel really old. The second that I started volunteer teaching when I was younger, I was like, oh no, I'm in too deep now. I'm in too fucking deep now. This is not what I wanted. I'm gonna give everything a +4, +5, apologies, because this has the spirits as well. We do like that a lot. That's a lot of 5/5s, but my stats are about to get huge. We're about to get some huge stats. Also, yes, Digimon Season 4. Out of the box, big comfy couch. Yo, big comfy couch? Blue's Clues, Tippy Longstocking Bear in the Big Blue House, Gula Gula, Ina Teletubbies, Eureka's Castle, Roly Poly Ollie. Oh, did anyone watch, okay, this is a random one. Did anyone watch the show where a dog, a little Jack Russell Terrier, ran around and recreated classic novels? this doesn't, I know I sound like I'm a crazy person, but there was a show I think on PBS, and maybe it was franchised out to other places, but it was this doll, I want to say like Rascal or something, and he would go through like novels like Charles Dickens and shit even, and they put him like little hats on him and like little jackets on him, and like they would just be like, there'd be like narration of the things that were happening. Does this anybody Wishbone, thank you, yes, that one. What's your story, Wishbone? Arthur, Curious George, Madeline, and Clifford. I don't remember Madeline, but I do remember Clifford for sure. And Caillou, even though Caillou was a little bit weird. There was Dragon Tales. I'm actually gonna careful prep to see if I can't get something out of this Avarosan Outriders. That is another fucking Braum. Do I want another Braum? I don't need another Braum. So I might just honestly skip and then just like play the fucking roll of the dice game to see what I can find later. Digimon Frontiers is your favorite theme song for Digimon ever. The concept of being a Digimon was a dream come true. Dragon Tales, was that crack? Magic Treehouse still going? Oh yeah, I'm sure the Magic Treehouse will continue until somebody dies, honestly. Probably the original author dies. They were good. I remember really liking them though as a kid. Those were some pretty good books. I'm gonna do an Avarosan Outrider that is a 15-15, baby. You can only have so many freezes over there, even if you are running Ash. Even if you do have an Ash. Okay, never mind. I take everything back. You can definitely have more stuff, I guess. That's allowed. And please don't Culling Strike anything again. I really hated that. I really hated it, actually. Never skip careful prep. Oh, because you missed the thing that you get put back in your hand. That's kind of fair. I probably just should have taken the Braum. I didn't anticipate the Shatter happening, really, or the Shatter into Culling Strike. I was just like, yeah, this is fine. They're frostbiting it, so it doesn't kill anything. I forgot that they had Culling Strike in the deck, even though we had already lost something to it. Yeah, but we do lose. We are negative on cards for a little bit. Didn't like Recess. I don't remember Recess, actually. I don't think I ever really watched it. Can you stop having freezes for like spells for like 2 seconds? I know that you are an annoying deck, but can you stop having resources for 2 minutes? I really would like you to stop doing that. There's another Yeti. That's not the end of the world. I mean, our stuff is returning to be buff. The fun fact is that they can't stop my buff train forever, even if they fucking try. Well, you do have Ancestral Boon to just cast quite freely. Hit my Braum, hit that, hit this, smack that, hold the Poro, buff the things. Hold the Poro, buff the things. Hot take, Dragon Ball Z is extremely overrated. I have no idea. I've seen, Abridged. I've seen DBZ Abridged. That's as far as I got. Let's see. Pepper Ann, Kids Next Door. Didn't watch any of those. I had a very limited PBS childhood. This is perhaps unique to the US. Did anyone watch that weird, not weird necessarily, whatchamacallit, the like weird fucking American Revolution series that they made that were these like 2 kids, and there was also time travel involved. I remember one of the last episodes there was like distinctly time travel happening. That was weird. Oh, I also really liked Carmen Sandiego a lot. That was good. I don't know why, but we for some reason had the box set of Carmen Sandiego. And it was the geography one. I know they made like math ones as well, but I watched the geography one. And I actually thought for several years that I would try and cosplay Carmen Sandiego for like Halloween one year. I might still do that just because I like the color red so much, and it's also just like, I feel like that would be a fun character to kind of do at some point. Bamboozle kids into learning geography, a villain, right? How dare you become educated? Remember in middle school when we played Carmen Sandiego games where we learned history? Was pretty cool. Adventures of Carmen Sandiego. Zoom! Zoom! I remember Zoom! Yeah, that was a PBS show. Where they had like that middle section where they do just like random stuff for then like return to the main section of the show. Yeah, PBS Liberty Kids. That is the name. Thank you. Yes. Zoom, I remember the PBS shows having those fun like little like 5-minute segments in the middle where like normally there would be commercials, but because it was PBS they do something else. Those were always kind of fun. Those were always kind of fun things. Also worked on American Pop. Your professors worked on some fucking incredible shows, it seems. What are you doing? Anivia things? You're just doing Anivia things. You don't have Avalanche, you don't have Blooded Ravine yet, so we're just gonna keep on pushing damage. Here we go. Every day, I'd be like, Mom, I need to destroy the kitchen. Zoom gave me a sciencey thing to try. Oh, nice. Got into conversation when you 16, saw it like 1 a.m. while staying in Staten Island. Super late night shows, I feel like, have a special place as well, right? We're gonna just dump resources here because they don't have an avalanche again. Let's take Spirits Unleashed. That's pretty good. It's pretty decent. I'm gonna actually not overwrite that predict. Perhaps I should have. Or I should have just considered it beforehand. But let's go with this for now. They can heal, but they cannot counter immediately unless they have a Vile Feast. Carmesina was, on Netflix is worth watching. That's good information. That didn't even cross my brain to look at. The Berenstain Bears? I do not recall that, but I recognize the name for sure. There's a Revna. Yeah, we want that. We do want that Revna to get a buff. So the Avalanche here, we're still fine. They don't actually Avalanche. I'm wondering if they're waiting for Blooded Ravine or something like that. We do have a 5/5, which is just beautiful. Just absolutely fucking beautiful. Beekman's World got me into science. Anything that gets you into science is fucking worth. Fucking worth. Yeah, there's the Blooded Ravine. That's fine. In the meantime, we're just gonna trigger... Yeah, we're just gonna trigger this. It means that our tough lady actually survives damage here. Because it will be a little bit less and the ping just bounces off the tough. Magic School Bus and Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow was so good. I was also one of those kids who grew up on Mr. Rogers and was like, Mr. Rogers is a national fucking treasure. And I was so sad when he died. So you want another funny story? When Mr. Rogers died, I didn't understand what TV reruns were. So when he died, and I remember hearing it on the news, that, you know, Mr. Rogers has passed away and all of that, I immediately like ran out of the room and started crying because I thought the fact that he died meant that Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood would no longer be on TV anymore. Like, he died and they just couldn't do it. And of course, like, they're gonna keep broadcasting it because it was one of their like best known shows and also fucking adorable and like the sweetest thing ever. But I was distraught. I was like, but there's no more Mr. Rogers ever. And then my mom explained to me, no, the person is gone, but the TV is a separate entity. We're doing damage, baby. They need to drain the 4/1. That's just kind of, or frostbite. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad and cute at the same time. Not the same with Blue's Clues. When Steve had left, he felt like the magic of Blue's Clues was slowly depleting. I think I mentioned this before, but if those of you who were Blue's Clues fans, you've seen his response, right? Of like, he came back and he was like, I left to go to school or something and live my life, and I just couldn't host Blue's Clues forever. So he actually gave an explanation. I have so many predicts that I think we're just gonna cast some. That is a soul cleave. I could obliterate it. I could cast I'm gonna cast Entomb to be mean, so that they do not have many chickens. Yeah, we're just gonna Entomb so they have no chickens, and then we're going to cast the Forsaken Bakai, and we're going to get something that they really don't care about. It doesn't matter anymore. They're trying to do what I did earlier today, and it's not working because they don't have Maokai. That's because they don't have the Maokai, guys. That's why they're losing. Maybe people made up the most ridiculous theories about about why he left. Yeah. All your professors were Disney animators at one point or another, supervising animators as well. You've seen Little Mermaid as an animatic at least 3 times. That's so cool. That's actually so cool. Yeah, the Nine Pakai is the product of a well-timed Avarosan Outrider Revna combo. Yeah, let's see. We could keep doing this for a while. What other good memes do we got that we could potentially do something with? I mean, I'm just kind of like this deck, to be fair. It is just kind of fun. It's like one of those decks that's like so unit focused that sometimes it does manage to pull it out. The way I'm surprised actually that we haven't seen any other unit heavy decks like Demacia, like just all of Demacia. Judgment Vi. Oh, do I still have Judgment Vi? I'm gonna let this match resolve, but I'll check to see if I deleted it or not. I might have removed it because it was Judgment Vi, unfortunately. And I was like, when am I ever gonna try this again? That's just Sunshine. Not Sunburn. We established that yesterday. It's not Sunburn, it's Sunshine. That's too many Revnas objectively. I can't cast them yet. Unfortunate. On the day with this format, force people to have at least 12 champions in their deck to make it valid, and to make it like an actual, like, unique format and not just, oh look, it's the meta happening again. Not the meta all over again. All right, you have a Daybreak and it's annoying, and I'm actually just gonna take the damage. Sun Guardian is the bigger problem. One of your professors was a layout artist at Disney. She one time brought in pencil drawings of Hercules. Original full render pencil drawings of Hercules. Shit, that's cool. I actually really liked Hercules when I watched it. I didn't see like certain Disney movies when I was growing up, but I also saw weird sequels. Like, I've seen all of the Aladdin sequels and all of the Little Mermaid sequels and the Cinderella sequels, which, like, I don't recommend any of these, really, but they were a interesting trip for sure. Let's take a Tavern Keeper, maybe. There's a Crimson Pigeon. I hate your pigeons and everything they stand for. Darkness, I don't care, but instead of Nora Vigar, make it Nora Vigar, Senna, Elise, and Maokai. That does sound a lot more interesting. Can you stop having Solari soldiers? What the fuck, dude?
What will you
Oh, no. I can't take that much shiny man peck, okay? I hate to say it, but there's too much shiny man pectorals happening in my face right now. I can't, my brain cannot compute it. It's too much. It's too strong. There is too much dude. I'm in the lady in the back just going, when does the shiny man leave? When will I be free of this? Jafar's death was shocking, but he deserved it. Guy made the dumbest mistake a villain can do. Oh wait, what do you consider his dumbest mistake? Let's see. There's the Three Sisters. Do I just Braum here? Braum is tempting instead of the Avarosan Outriders. Let's do a Braum, maybe. Pull something, smack it, get a Poro. Getting a Poro would just kind of be nice, honestly. Let's take that. Just need to hit something, bonk it, get a unit. Thank you for the Braum damage. It has a little heart on its stomach. It has a little heart on its stomach. Claude Frollo's death was kind of graphic for a child's movie. Oh, I recognize the name, but I'm pulling a blank. Remind me. Yeah, let's go with that for sure. Hunchback? Oh, Hunchback. I haven't watched that one. I've heard it's really dark, like surprisingly dark, but I haven't seen it yet. It's just one of those things, again, I never saw it as a kid and I just didn't see it. Haven't seen it yet as an adult. It's your favorite Disney movie? Fair enough. I've had multiple people recommend it to me, so at some point I really should just go see it, actually. I'm gonna try and take some stuff with me, cause fuck you and your units and your whole board. Could have gone with a 4-3 potentially and just held Three Sisters, but I still want this Revna out and maybe want to just hold for a freeze. I'm gonna go with Revna here. There's a 6 5 Bakai. Not the 9-7 as before, not the 9-8 as before, but it's still pretty good. I mean, I'll take it. It's not the worst. It's all right. Not a Notre Dame, Black Cauldron, the Mice movies. Disney was ruthless back in the day. For Christmas one year, I won one elephant among your non-school friends. Put up a copy of Aladdin signed by John Musker and Ron Clement. That's what you put up? All the homies love Quasimodo. I mean, who am I to argue with the homies, truly? I'm gonna just predict, because my dude's bigger than your fucking Robin. I'm gonna take that sentry. That's it. I don't care about what it does anymore. I'm just seeing that it has a stat line. It has a stat line, folks.
Fight or die.
Fight or die. Take out that bird. That bird in particular needs to die. Directed by Tim Burton. That's interesting. Let's see here. We need to trade with everything that we like possibly can, I think. Favorably trade with, hopefully, if we can. You can hit the Braum if you would be so kind as to hit Le Broom. I don't want to die to the 9-10, so I think let's do this. We can still hold this if we need. They're just letting us, they're just letting us, or letting their board tank this shit, so I'm okay with that. Gotta frostbite the bird. That might have been a better trade. I think my brain is like slightly going. And by slightly going, I think my brain is just kind of going a little bit. A wee bit. I would like an Urs, or not an Ursa, a Merkwolf Rager at some point. We don't desperately need it. Let's go with a Sentry for sure. Lovely 8-7. Let's go. Sunhawk is stunning the 8-7, of course, not the other shit that is currently happening. Let's just go with pulling Robin here, I think, and then we can just hold the board state. We're still filtering it. We're still not filtering out. We're just forming blockers pretty consistently. Okay, there's the pigeon. What things are people looking forward to that are coming out? Because I know the Demon Slayer. The Demon Slayer, I missed Allegiance, fuck. The Demon Slayer film is coming out. The next movie is coming out on the 3rd, I believe, which is pretty soon, actually. We were considering going to see it, and then I had already asked some other people if they wanted to go see the live music that I mentioned yesterday on that same, on the 3rd, this Friday. So we're not going to do that, unfortunately. As cool as that actually would have been. We're killing the Robin for sure. That's really not an exciting attack for them. They really needed that to be better, and it's just kind of not better at all. I think I will go for the Frostbite here. I think our top decks are still kind of fine regardless. I think our top decks are still okay. Kind of regardless what happens there. I think John Wick is out soon as well, right? Chapter 4. Yeah, Demon Slayer and John Wick are like the two things that I like know are on my radar. Solo Leveling. It's an amazing anime. Can't wait for it to come out. There are so many anime that I have to fucking catch up with. Holy shit. We finished Made in Abyss season 2. There's other stuff. That's a 12-5. It still has to level though. It hasn't leveled yet, so it will soon. Doesn't have Overwhelm, otherwise I would seriously have regretted dropping that wonderful freeze that we did toss out into the garbage. We're going to block with our draw, mostly just so I can have draw. 65 million years because on the 10th. Ever since the Expanse ended, looking for something to scratch your hard sci-fi itch. Does anyone have recommendations? I need to go finish the fucking Expanse. I started season 1 a long time ago and then never continued, and I really need to fucking do that. Predict? Oh, the fucking prescience. Yeah, I probably should have done that. We can put something on the top here, but yeah, I should have done that earlier, actually. Fierce Unleashed at this point is not going to do very much of anything, so let's just take I mean, we could pass on this, arguably, because I don't necessarily need the 6-7 to have the biggest stat line ever in the universe. There is a Leona, which is stunning the 7-7. We get the Braum to go, and then we just still hold that freeze for the Kale. And they're not going to be able to suddenly, like, rip a shitload more damage off of that. Let's see here. Let's take something smaller, I think. Let's take a smaller dude. Make a 4/4, hit the bird. Cut your hair like Joe Miller. It's the first time you've actually seen a Kale level. I've seen Kales level a few times, but yeah, it's always a little jarring when they do. It's just like, oh, you have white eyebrows? I didn't know that you had white eyebrows. Who would have thought? If you only go with that, I will fucking laugh at you. Okay, they're going with everything else. That's good. Let's block here. Let's block. I actually want to kill Robin more than I want to kill anything else. Let's block here. Let's go with the 3 sisters. Actually, before I go with the 3 sisters, let me first cast this careful. Oh, I should put that back. I need to go with the freeze. I forgot that it actually takes something out of my hand because I'm a doofus. Woo, doofusing. Let's just put that in the front in case. It just shouldn't matter at all. But we are currently trading most of their value away. It's like Star Trek was a comedy. I'm trying to think if there's any really good sci-fi that I've watched lately. I mean, Altered Carbon is really good if you haven't seen it. But if you've watched The Expanse, I'm kind of assuming you've at least heard of or tried out Altered Carbon. Still one of my favorite shows. Still a show that I'm super fucking sad that they canceled. Like, why did they have to cancel Altered Carbon? That was my jam! I need Kovac back in my life! Give me Kovac! I want Kovac. We can start swinging. Their stuff is damaged by now. Why do I keep telling you bad news today? I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Yeah, they canceled it! They canceled it! The last season was the last, literally the last season. Besides Expanse and Altered Carbon, Skull Season 2 didn't do as well, which is fair. Yeah! I mean, yeah, it was still a good season, though. It was still a decent season. I need a win, and the Kale's just kind of chilling over there. I need to win. Let's put this away. I can't use that right now. I need to get rid of a Kale. None of this gets rid of a Kale, unfortunately. My Revnas have just fucking escaped me. So, bye. Bye, world. Goodbye, world! That's a 24 with double attack and overwhelm. I'm in trouble. I can feel it in my bones, how much trouble I'm in from that. It doesn't matter what else I take, it's just that's always gonna be an issue. They've been doing the Viking stuff. Thought it was good, but predictable. That's kind of fair. I just really just dug the aesthetic and the actors and mostly just like the world that they built. I thought that was super cool. I am very much a sucker for just like anything with a good sci-fi aesthetic, in general. Yep, there we go. The nerdiest whipper? Wait, what? Oh shit, that's gonna be interesting. Thank you for the React request. Let's take this. Seeing Love, Death, and Robots. I haven't seen some of the new, like, short films from Love, Death, and Robots, but I have definitely, when it first released, it was, like, one of my favorite things. Definitely loved it then. I just need to go back and see the rest of it. It doesn't matter what they're doing. I think they're just trying to BM me or cast something else. I'm not really sure. Either way, they should really make up their mind and swing! It's time to swing! It's time to swing! Let's go swing! Swinging! Swing time! Yay, death. I'll take the dragon out with me, though. Unless they have a Pale Cascade. But yeah, that was unfortunately just kind of doom and destruction. Bye, Paranoid Android. Thank you for your time. I don't have another freeze. Perhaps should have gone for the Obliterate, but the Obliterate would have ended up in the same scenario of I just can't really do anything about it. And burst speed spells are fun. I'm not surrendering, asshole. You better click that commit button. Or we're stuck in a loop. What's the conversation happening? LDR is kind of hit or miss. Some of them are pretty good. Some episodes are really awesome. Zima Blue, some are episodes. That's true. Zima Blue, I think everybody should go watch that one at least. That one is so just like melancholic and like it's just a good story. The visuals are fucking incredible. That one is amazing. That one's so amazing. The most recent season wasn't as good as the others. The people in the South America with the witch lady was good, but it dragged out. The two that lodged themselves in my brain, yeah, were from the earlier season. Like my favorite ones from the earlier season that I did see that I remember and love from the earlier season were Zima Blue, and that one that I don't remember the name of, that's about the fox spirit who is basically imprisoned in a imprisoned in her own body because she gets transformed into an android. That one is terrifying. Good Hunting, yes. The Ranch with the Spider Things is also very good. That one was a good fucking story just about like people trying to fucking survive. I like that one too. Foxen was very trippy. I felt so sad afterwards. I was just like, I just wanted to cry at the end. I'm just like, your life was so horrible and no one really has a happy ending here. It's all just fucked. Which I guess is a great metaphor for industrialization, but it's also just like, nah, my feels. I cry. I have 2 fucking 3 sisters, so the game is trying to compensate for the kale that I just experienced, I guess, somehow. Let's go with the 3-1 and see if they would like to trade a Dark Blood Alkalite. We're looking at Jarvan Vigar. I'm sorry, Jarvan... What? Okay. I'm gonna have to remember there's a Jarvan in there at some point, because I'm not normally gonna be like, yeah, Jarvan's in the deck. Just a bunch of screaming. Season 1 on it kind of became worse. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. I felt somewhat similarly about some aspects of Black Mirror, to be honest. Like, as Black Mirror went on, I felt like I was kind of digging it less and less. You count the episodes of LDR that were bad in the first season. Do the same for the good ones on the later ones. Interesting. That is a single... Oh, fair enough. That's a lot of... Well, you're on some bullshit, and I kind of like it, actually. I kind of like the bullshit that my opponent is on right now. Look up recent sci-fi shows and his Halo as Stargate in top 10 recent ones. It's a small category. It is an unfortunately shrinking category, which sucks for sure. I'm gonna pass for now. I actually kind of want to get the Predictive the Everose and Outriders. If I can manage to not die. That's annoying as fuck. We want to worry about buffing it.
Can I try?
Puffing something. To be fair, we're not gonna run into a ton of scenarios where like buffing is, or saving that for something else is gonna be super impactful. We want an Obliterate for Vigar potentially, of course. We also need to get rid of Catalyzer before it stacks too hard too early. SG1 is almost as old as you. It still hurts sometimes that Google's older, or Google's younger than me. I'm just like, wait, no, that stupid company is younger than me. What? No. We're gonna stack. We're gonna get value. We're gonna swing in for face if they let us. They may not anymore. 2/3 is overwhelmed. Getting that Revna with the Avaros and Outrider buff, so we have a 5/5. That's a feckin' Jarrell. What's up, Jarrell, my boy? How's it going, buddy? That's a really unfavorable attack, isn't it now? We're gonna pass, I think, again. Yeah, I grew up, I started with Star Trek. I actually started with the original series first, which I don't necessarily recommend at all, but I watched the entirety of the original series by renting the DVDs from my library. I shit you not. They had the whole collection on DVD, so I would slowly wait every week and and watch like 4 episodes on Saturday evenings before my mom came back from work. Like, that was my fucking routine. It was a time. TOS was really good for its time. Some things didn't age well. I mean, it had a lot of good things going for it. Again, yeah, for the time that it was made, it had a lot of not good things going for it in the context of now it is 2023, motherfucker. You could be a little bit less, you know, sexist and shit. You could do a bit less of that stuff. You know, also the just, you know, misogyny and racism and all of that as usual, but yeah, when it originally came out, it was fucking worth for sure. Let's heal here. Now I can start punching really hard. Now I can start going to town and having a good time. They need to block a lot. They need to block a decent amount here. That is death, so they need to put something in front of the 7-8 and the 7-6 and the 8-8. They do have Jarvan eventually. I need to be remembering Jarvan. Did they have a stun? I guess they could have a stun here. Or another... some kind of strike? You need to get rid of stuff, though. So it has to be a stun or removal straight up. Yeah, I mean, I'll take 0. That is a 2 concerted strike situation. We are still trading everything except the Jarell and also drawing a card. So that was very pricey for them. So many smacks! And I still have a 7-6 to cast afterwards. Let's go! Your darknesses are tiny! They are tiny! Tiny darkness! Okay. We're gonna do a Tavern Keeper as an 8-8, I guess. Is there a Jervin? Or do you have a Jervin? If you do have a Jervin, I'm pretty sure I still don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just heal that because it's a thing that exists. Are we bigger than the Jervin? We're bigger than Jervin. And also they don't have Jervin. Oh no, not the no Jervin scenario. That's a Radiant Guardian. That's okay. We still just kind of deal damage around that in general. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, we win. We just kind of win. Unless they have another thing. I haven't seen Hidden Pathways in ages, holy shit. I've definitely seen the Nora card, but Hidden Pathways, wow. That's a Bandle card that kind of fell off the map for a hot minute. Second Revna for BMing. If they have a way out of this, I'll actually let them do it and then Revna maybe. That is a single combat. I could be very rude and just win the game. I could just win the game. I could just win the game. Do I just win the game or do I cast the Revna? I know, it's a freeze. The logical answer is to fucking freeze. Freeze his dreams. I mean, I still definitely get a little bit of BM energy from this. I could have also buffed, you know, to be fair, but they went for the Healy option, which didn't work. I guess they could... No, they can't detain anything either, because now it is too much. Or they could have detained the 8-8 if they were running a detain. But if they're running a detain, they're very fucked. Anyway. So we got that win. Yo, climbing with Revna. Let's do it. We've also, I think, hit a good juncture in that case to go watch this video that Sky submitted here. The way that it has been described in the submission is the nerdiest whipper. So we're gonna just mute everything for a hot minute. We're gonna open the YouTubes. Oh, actually, I have a random question. Have people here heard someone do polyphonic singing? Because if someone in the chat hasn't heard of that, I need to play it for you. I need to play it for you because it's one of my favorite things ever. It's so good. Also, this I need to turn up the volume a little bit. It's kind of quiet in my eardrums. You haven't heard? I'm bringing it up after this. That's what we're gonna end the stream on. We're gonna end with this lady who's an absolutely incredible demonstrating polyphonic singing, overtone singing. It is called overtone singing, but it's also just like it's one of the most alien things ever. One or two more. How's the volume? A little quiet, maybe? Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet.
Angel. Wait, hold on. We're gonna come back to you in just 1 second. Who just said Freebird? Really?
The judgment. The judgment and the acceptance.
All right. So you asked for One Winged Angel. That's the song from Final Fantasy VII, right? A game that came out 1997, I think, ish. A song that's probably older than half the people in this room. A song that, like, wasn't even until the end of the game, so you had to play through all of it. A song that's not even in English, it's in Latin. No one here speaks Latin. Does anyone here speak Latin? Shut up.
Shut up. Get out of here.
I'm not sure what...
How dare you be educated?
I know that song, but I absolutely don't know every little bit of that song, so we're going to do it right now.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? This is the nerdiest man. It's beautiful, but he's also the nerdiest. Oh, amazing. What the actual fuck are you watching?
I want you all to know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I sat down and I learned those lyrics a decade ago. I saw, like, oh, they're remaking Final Fantasy VII. That was really popular when I was a kid. I bet that song is going to get requested. I sat down and I learned all those godforsaken lyrics. And it never, ever got requested.
Got paid for this.
I've been waiting a decade for this moment.
Oh my god, he fucking deserves
Now,
it.
If only I had a 68-inch long katana, that would really make it work. But you know, we don't have time for that.
It's okay. You don't have to have a 68-inch katana. Oh shit! He also has it. He is a circus performer at a Renaissance fair on the East Coast. That is amazing. And if I'm ever back on the East Coast when he's performing, gonna hunt that guy down. Anyway, polyphonic singing. We're getting rated by Ikato right as we're bringing up a fucking cool ass video. So first of all, Ikato, thank you for the raid. I hope your CDS games went well earlier today, by the way. Or at least that they were fun. We are currently doing some viewer submissions for everyone coming in right now. We got out of our own CDS game 2 hours, some hours ago. Basically, my brain is a little bit fried. But welcome everybody in. Thank you for the raid. I am now going to take over and show people something of my own that's kind of one of my favorite things ever. If you haven't heard of polyphonic or overtone singing before, it is a very strange sound, but it's also one of my fucking favorites. And I just had to show people. We did just get rated, so we'll also go back and do some more games after this. I had planned to like maybe sign off, but we're not fucking signing off now. I can go back to climbing with Revna. Yes, good ideas. Anyway, this is polyphonic overtone singing, whatever you want to call it. She's the best example person that I can find. If anyone has like better examples in like regular music, please let me know. Sleep is more of a suggestion, pretty much. Also let me know if this is like too loud or too quiet again.
Is a voice technique where one person sings 2 notes at the same time.
Like the fact that somebody can manipulate their vocal cords to produce multiple chords at the same time, it's so alien. It's so alien. One interesting note, by the way, the overtone series also determines timbre, which is the quality of how an instrument sounds, and there are different types of sound waves, and overtone singing kind of plays with those as well. Humans can't make those noises, right? It sounds like something a human should not be able to fucking do. Doesn't traditional Mongolian music use polyphonic singing a lot? I think you're right, it does.
fundamental, and the overtone scale, or
Again, this is the one bit like best clearest example that I have of it, but there's definitely other cultures that like use it a bunch more. Sounds like she's whistling and singing at the same time. It's really cool. When you sing, you can sing the lyrics and the backup lyrics almost at the same time. Two of them throat singing.
I need to find another fundamental to sing.
Throat singing is also super fucking cool.
And for that, there are...
Whenever you hear someone produce whistle tones as well, it's like the humans shouldn't be able to go that high. That's an alarm. That's something that was made past 1980, not a person.
There are different possibilities to build scales and to move notes. So I can move the overtone with the fundamental in parallel.
The fundamental is the bass, the lower note that she's singing. Fun facts, if you have a stringed instrument, piano's included, if you touch the string exactly halfway across, or halfway, at the halfway point of the string when it's taut, you'll get, I believe, an octave up, and then if you go quarter, it goes 2 octaves, I think? It's basically a mathematical system of you can actually divide the string up and it will produce higher tones, which is part of what she's doing as well. Bamboozling you to learning physics, run while you can. No. Sit down. Let me seduce you with physics and sciences. This part's fucking crazy.
Or even smaller.
Side note, has anyone heard of the piece Piano Phase by Steve Reich? Because we'll go back to playing Runeterra in a sec, but if people also haven't heard that, I need to show you the first like few minutes of Piano Phase. Definitely the Steve Reich is a little controversial for 4 minutes 33 seconds. But Piano Phase is still one of my absolute favorites. Right? It's so cool.
And that scale also works in major.
We are in the music hall. It's a wonderful hole to be in. It's a good hole.
And with these tools, I can sing, for example, folk songs.
Oh, the folk song stuff is really cool.
Solo voice.
One thing that's super cool also.
Thanks for watching.
She's also just seems adorable as a person. The one thing that's also super cool is there are also entire musical pieces for violins and other stringed instruments that are based on the harmonic series, the overtone series. So if you, like, for instance, in the violin, if you, again, the whole like touching notes at different points, you can actually do an entire harmonic sequence just by holding the string down at a certain point. So you get that really ethereal, airy, but incredibly pure sound out of an instrument, and their entire piece is done that way. Yeah, string instruments in general can just kind of fucking do it. It's insane. And also, like, if you hand a violinist, aka me when I'm in a bad mood, if you hand a violinist, or like me 10 years ago, a piece that is entirely in harmonics, or a cellist or a guitarist, or like anybody, they will want to gouge your eyes out because it's incredibly hard to actually pull off. If I got the time, thank you for the video. Vitas, the seventh element. Let me thank you for that. I'm gonna take a look at it actually. All harmonics, fuck no. Right? that's the reaction I was expecting. I'm just like, you want me to do what now? No, thank you. We got a video from Fading. I also wanted to show off Piano Phase later, so we're gonna continue with our Revna bullshit. And then we're gonna go back to some music. It's the music, it's the CDS music hour. Welcome. I will heal if I need to, but right now we're just kind of big chilling. You may be a drummer, but man, putting a guitar in an open tuning and messing with harmonics, it's fun. It sounds so good. The thing about strings is that, like, if you have a bow, it is very, very difficult to get, what am I doing here? We're trying to remember to play the game, as well as talk about things I like. Sure.
With the power of time, the possibilities are endless.
What was I talking about? God damn it, the ADHD is kicking in real hard. Damn it. I forget. String instruments and harmonics and stuff. It is very fun, yes, and it's also just like chords on the violin are one of the most satisfying things that you can pull off. I once did an improv session. Because I was part of this group in college that did improv, because, you know, of course I was part of an improv session in college. Why wouldn't I have done that? Everybody has to go through an improv phase in college, okay, it's fine. Everybody started improvising with just chords on stringed instruments. And it was just really pretty, because what happened was, like, we were told to, like, one person starts, and then you pass it down the line, to the next person, so it's always two people at a time, and it's not the whole group improvising together. So it was just like people, and then eventually we were all playing together, but the chords really were just like the theme of that session, and it sounded so good. One of your favorite songs uses harmonics on the guitar part, and you love to play it. That sounds so cool. I feel like I should learn to play the guitar at some point, if only because of the violin, I'd probably be able to, like, understand it a little bit more easily than if I was just, like, dropped into guitar as somebody who hadn't had music experience before. Or at least, you know, that's the theory. That's the theory. I'm probably gonna be garbage anyway. Yeah, let's get Revna's going. You and ukulele first, that's what you did? Ukulele has that weird extra string though, right? That's like higher than the others? On the wrong end of the ukulele? Is that the ukulele, right? I hate that shit. We had a ukulele growing up and I was just like, what the they top decked Leviathan. They top decked Leviathan. They have Leviathan. Oh, no, why? Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. That's only a Leviathan from a mysterious portal. That's only the top end of what they could have top decked. It's only one of the probably the best cards they could have top decked. It's fucking Swain or no, and they also got a golden ambassador. We're fine. Let's keep talking about music. Guitar violin called a Viper. I've heard of that. This sounds actually super cool. Ukes and banjos both have that, you think? Violin tuning in reverse, like EADG versus GDAE. That depends on how you're holding it. Or just to clarify about the positioning. So for the violin, you hold it this way, obviously. The G string is on the bottom, or on the left side, so it's GDAE, with the E being on the, if you're looking at the instrument face on, it's gonna be on the right side, the E string. The highest E string, rather. I'm not sure if that's what you were expecting or no, actually. The four strings of the ukulele are the bottom four of the guitar, more or less. I feel like I learned that at some point, yeah. It's tuned by fifths instead of fourths. Yeah, it's tuned by fifths. One of the things that I hated the most when learning violin is the different hand positions that all have different numbers. And Eternal Dancers. You got Leviathan, you got Golden Ambassador, and you have Eternal Dancers. And a Deathless Knight, which at least is less useful for them, to be fair. But also there's a Deathless Knight, which just kind of sucks for me. One thing that I really want to do again at some point is go back and play, like, if I was ever to pick up the violin again, I think what I would choose to do is kind of like, not fuck the classical shit, because the classical shit is really pretty, but I think what I would want to preferably do is some kind of like Ooh, I need to block things. I need to block a lot of things. It's just do like a bunch of fiddle music or some shit. I think that would be like super cool. I think I would actually have like genuine fun with that.
Listen to me.
So catch me as a pro fiddler in a few years. Try bowing your electric guitar with a violin bow and it works. Oh, do you want another fun physicsy thing? Devil went down to Georgia? Fuck yeah, I'll argue with the devil. I will not argue with the devil. I will die. I will die if I argue with the devil. One thing that I tried to do my first year in college was I attempted to make a magnetically powered violin bow. Let me explain to you what this was supposed to do, because it didn't actually end up doing it exactly, but it was fun when I was building it. I tried to make this pendulum shaped thing. So basically it was not my bram. Ooh, definitely not my bram. I tried to make this thing that was like basically a hinge, and there was this long stick attached to it. And at the bottom of the stick was a magnet, and then at the bottom of this big wooden platform there was another magnet. And I thought, well, if I just put them as opposing magnetic poles, this thing will continually bounce, or at least for a little while, it will continually move back and forth before it settles like off center. So I was like, if I can just get it going back and forth, maybe I can make sound with this. And my strategy for trying to make sound with that thing, I lose my Brahm anyway, fuck off, is I was gonna attach to, I ripped apart an old violin bow that I didn't need anymore, and I glued the horsehairs to this, like there was the stick with the magnet on the bottom, and then there was the horizontal stick. So I tied attached the horsehair to that. And then what I attempted to do, and what didn't really work, but like was kind of fun to like puzzle out at the time, was how to get that violin bow friction to actually just run against this other violin string that I had attached to a different wooden contraption, so that it would basically just make this constant tone as the magnet at the bottom just kind of moved it back and forth. It was an interesting project that I got to do. Still think about it sometimes. Still quite fond of it, for sure. I have photos of it that I took for documentation somewhere. It was very janky, but I got to go to like the production department in the theater department, and I was like, can you help me build this? And the shop guy was just like, sure. And he like got out the tools, and he had a workbench, and he just like basically made part of the structure for me. It was kind of amazing. It's not jury rigging if it doesn't fall apart in 10 minutes. It fell apart very easily. I also had one of my roommates was like, are you sure you should be hammering that in our dorm room? She was like, can't you just go outside for that shit? And I was like, but outside there's no flat surfaces, and there's a lot of flat surfaces in here, and I know that you can hear me a floor down. I'm sorry for the hammering, but I gotta hammer at some point. A student needs your help. You've been waiting 30 years for this moment. Wait. Oh, helping students? Fuck yeah. Are you just like on call or some kind? Yeah, I mean, our board is pretty chunky. Our board's pretty fucking chunky. I can kind of swing. Yeah, I'm just gonna overwrite some stuff and kind of just swing for damage. Because I have some damage. And I would like to deal damage. Yeah, that seems fine. Let's go. The shop teacher. Oh, the shop teacher! Yeah. He was very nice. He was just like, yeah, this is a unique project. I think my professor also, my like undergrad advisor also knew him, because he was like, ask this guy for help. And then when I said that like my professor referred me, he was like, oh yeah, now I can help out this kid. But yeah, science is dope. Music is dope. Everybody should engage with science and music. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. Well, my units are certainly surviving. And I get to heal! I love healing. I do love healing. Everybody's getting smacked. Yes, good, smack it. Keep smacking it. The scout doesn't matter. This only takes 4 damage from it, so it can actually take it twice. We don't have that Spirits Unleashed anymore. We don't really need it. They are yeeting the Leviathan, which should be interesting for sure. I actually don't mind that at all. Do you only react to videos, or can you send me a song? Songs are totally fine. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. There doesn't have to be like a visual component to it. Things. You can just send. You can send whatever you fucking want. Within reason, of course. Please don't send me hentai. I don't want to get banned by Twitch. Which is honestly my only hesitation, by the way. That's the Nora. Oh, you're not going for the scout attack. I guess you don't want to lose it, which is fair. I don't think we die, though, for sure, because the Nora, I mean, the Nora chips away at us, but she doesn't kill us, for sure. I might put the Ancestral Boon back. This is unfortunately only a 4/4. Woe is me, it's only a 4/4! But it's okay. I'm pretty sure you've rickrolled me. I would definitely believe that. I don't remember it, but I think I've just been rickrolled multiple times by now, so I'm just like, yeah, did it happen? Most likely. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more, actually. Like there isn't just like turbo rickrolling constantly. There's some stuff. Here's a Healy Doot, because why not? Yay, Healy Doodles. I could put the Ancestral Boon back and then pick something else, because I don't actually, like, really need it anymore. I could also overwrite the 4/4 with the Omen Hawk, which just seems kind of nice. I'm dropping, right now, a Careful Prep or the Ancestral Boon. That's okay, arguably speaking. Oh, let's put this over something small, like the 4/3 that doesn't have very good stats anymore, comparatively speaking. Yeah, there's the Nora going with the attack. There's a 3/4 reviving. Oh, the thing that gives a spell, the Eminent Benefactor. That's an interesting pull for the Eminent Benefactor for sure. Let's just kill some stuff. Still only taking 2 damage, still just kind of living. Vygar is like nowhere to be seen, which with 21 cards left actually, is just kind of astronomically unlucky for them if they are indeed just waiting for Vygar to like show up somewhere. Because he's currently just refusing. I mean, we open swing, we've got Overwhelm, and they need, like, Ruination to actually stop us from really winning here. Or stop us from winning, stop themselves from losing. You know what I mean. We can just cast Boon next turn. Again, it's kind of irrelevant. We're also running out of time, to be fair. More things like that might happen. I mean, that was a mysterious portal result, but, like, still... That's a Sandcrafter. I'm gonna bank on my Overwhelm and my units just hailing things. That's 52 damage. Would you like to take 52 damage? I don't think you want to take 52 damage, so I recommend blocking with everything that you have. Like literally everything. That would be lovely if you could do that. Yeah, this should be Doom. This should be Doom. They can't really keep the Nora. Yep, that's -8. Yeah, they can't keep anything. Unless they have Vengeance, which they need to have immediately. That's -8. That's +3 for them. +3 for their HP. I mean, I can always cast Merkwolf Shaman after as well. I need to heal eventually, but so for now, we're just kind of, we're doing okay. Yeah, I don't... What do they have? They either have something or they don't, and I don't know what they're hovering. They do have a Vengeance. They do manage to find that Vengeance, which is fair and understandable. Have a nice day. Hopefully that Vygar doesn't kill us. I would be really sad if the Vygar somehow killed me from here. I would be crying. Yeah, I mean, Rager is nice and all. That's an Ixtali Sentinel. Deals 2 to an enemy. Let's just do this, because we can also draw a unit afterwards. We'll transform and flip Baru. They kill my Burb? They do not kill my Burb. Oh, they can't kill my Burb yet, of course. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? That is the real question. They have a Kato the Arm. We have 3 sisters. That is a nice tech to top deck. Also, if they aloof travelers, I mean, we lose the Braum, but we still have our big thing. They're running out of portals. They are actually completely out of portals, which is funny. They've exhausted all of their... That's a Terrash! From eminent benefit... I beg your pardon. I beg your fucking pardon. Terrash? Fuck yeah. I'll die to a Terrash. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to die to a Terrash, even if it summons 40 bajillion things. But fuck yes, Terrash. You had the fucking RNG to summon Terrash, and I admire your balls for also just like summoning the Terrash. You take some of my stuff, right? They do get a Revna summon. They get a fucking Revna summon. That's funny as fuck. I still don't care. However, the fun part is I still don't care about that at all. And then we just open attack. And then we just fucking open attack. Good thing I have 3 sisters. I mean, I don't need to worry about it. My stuff is so massive that I also just get like Poros and Overwhelm, and I still have my Overwhelms, and they aren't using their darkness, obviously, and I can buff whatever they don't block next turn, and also Real Shrieks. Hello, welcome back! Yeah, I'm just going to do a big chill here. And by that I mean death and doom. Do I challenge anything here? I mean, we pull the lifesteal to the side, I guess. That's hardly the most relevant thing, but we might as well. That's a Nora blocking, still negative 21. That's an Elephant blocking, still negative 16. We have a buffer the 4/4 if they try to vengeance that 14/16 again. Still negative, still looking good. Really beating that Nora Vigar meta right now, I guess. If that's a vengeance, yeah, we just buff whatever they aren't killing. So I don't think they can do really much after they've cast one vengeance here, assuming that is a vengeance and they're not just trying to find some answer desperately. Imagine high rolling this hard and it just doesn't matter. True enough. Real Shrieks, I might actually be heading out soon, but if you want to send them in, I can always play them the next time I am live and doing Runeterra stuff. We've been live for like over 3 hours now, so I might soon be heading out. Just so my own brain can take a rest for a second. They are really debating these blocks. They are really, really debating the blocks. I can't grant anything Overwhelm. What do you fucking have, dude? Make a decision here. That's a thing. That's okay. There's 2 things happening. That's a cannon and a vengeance, and that is indeed all of their mana. So, we just 3 sisters the 9/1, and I think we are fucking golden because they chose the smaller target there. And they cannot ping that down beyond what it's already occurred because they don't have Scorched Earth and they can't remove it otherwise. So I think that should be it, and that is it. You trying to pick an outfit? Fucking understandable. Oh, it's hard sometimes. There's so many options. My closet is really unreasonably large for what it is. It's just like I wear the same 2 pairs of pants and the same 5 sweaters pretty much every single week, but my closet looks like a fucking deranged person just bought everything possible at the store one day. It's that kind of vibe. Real Shrieks, I'm putting your deck code into the hold queue. Apologies, I should have turned off the submissions when I was, my brain for sure started to die. But I have it in the hold queue, so the next time you're around, just let me know and I shall be available to play it then. Having a large wardrobe is overrated. I mean, it kind of is, because it also just like balloons. It keeps ballooning in size, and I keep donating stuff to charity very slowly. So like, it's decreasing, but it's also, yeah, it is kind of annoying. We also don't have a ton of space, so everything just gets like cramped and folded in places, which is kind of awkward. We have a viewer video request now, so let me bring that in from let's see here. This is from Fading Black Rose, I believe, and then Monochrome, you were going to send me something. Yeah, let's look at some reacts for now. When's the next stream? Today is Monday. I'll be back on Thursday. DM'd me a link. I have nothing in my DMs. Maybe try resending it. You can also put it in random in the server if you'd like. I don't care what goes in there. Literally don't care. We have something from, this is Fading Black Rose. This is another song. Oh, I think this was in reference to the polyphonic singing. Ooh, this is a little bit loud. Sorry if that blew anyone's eardrums off. No, Twitch DMs? Oh, Twitch DMs. Sorry, for some reason I thought you meant fucking Discord. This is it. There we go. Thank you. We got a song from I Am Monochrome as well. Got a link, gonna paste that in. This is trippy as fuck. This is so trippy. I feel like I'm watching like the fever dream section of like a science fiction movie made in the 80s, if you know what I mean. This is the closest to that lady you were showing us. You know what? I'll fucking take it. I gotta say, the outfits are kind of great. I want to walk up into the club wearing that. I want his like skull clamp thing. Unironically a fan of this group. Oh, there's something about his bone structure. It's not musically related at all. You guys listened or seen the videos of the correspondence? They're really trippy as well. There's a video that I believe that they shot in color, but it looks like black and white because they were so careful about their lighting. Really, really trippy. Really fucking trippy. His body language also just like weird, fits the song as well. Like it's also weird and alien. It's also weird and alien. Iconic? Kinda, yeah. Kinda, yeah. He also looks like he's like having like the calmest fun of any performer I've ever seen. Like he definitely has a smile like he's enjoying himself, but there's none of that like hyper fucking energy that some performers give off. Yeah, the audience is kind of matching him too. It's just like it's just like movement happening. No headbanging or anything, just like movement. And sparkly stuff? Which, I mean, who doesn't like good sparkly stuff? Oh, he's going off. I'm sure they are all on some secret government drug from the future. How do I get some of this drug? I'll happily live in an 80s sci-fi trippy scene. Think they're Russian or Swedish? I would be willing to bet like Swedish or something for sure. No, I mean that's Russian characters though. So based on their YouTube description, I'm gonna say Russian. He's Soviet? Okay. That answers that question. It's ahead of its multiverse. That's pretty fucking accurate. He's from the multiverse and I don't know where he came from. Oh yes, before heading out, there's 2 more things to do. There is a submission from Monochrome that we're gonna listen to, and then I do want to show off Piano Phase. Piano Phase has to happen now. I've fucking decided. I'm not signing in. I just want to listen to it. How's that volume? Here we go. The song is yours. We're listening to one of Monochrome's own songs, actually. which, by the way, I'm totally okay with. If you guys ever want to send in stuff that you have worked on or that you have been a part of, you are more than welcome to. This is a community thing. Send me whatever the fuck you want. What is that, actually? Sea monkeys. As you can tell, I watch science stuff in my own free time as well. Thanks, YouTube recommendations, for outing all of my interests. It reminds me a little bit, I don't know if you want this comparison. It reminds me a little bit of some, like the more electronic Audio Machine tracks. They do a lot of mostly soundtrack stuff. I think they did Cinderella and some other movies that have come out. But the strings remind me of that a little bit. You ever get unlazy enough to make your mangas to turn them into anime, you'll send them in? Fucking do it! I was actually thinking it'd be kind of a funny event. Because we still need to fucking celebrate 1,000 followers, to do some kind of like fanfic reading stream. Just like slam the 18+ NSFW shit and just like, I read fanfic that people send in. Doesn't have to be yours, just has to be some fucking random ass shit. Get super drunk, that kind of thing. Did you miss Vitas? You did miss Vitas, unfortunately. We're now listening to what, a Monochrome songs. And then I'm gonna do Piano Phase for a little bit. Not the whole thing. The whole thing's like 35 minutes long. One of your pogo spoofing buddies is a fan of his? Yo, we're finding the fucking hidden Vitas fans. We are reading the smut on stream. We don't have to read the smut on stream. You can send me the bad smut to read on the stream. If you ever comes across something absolutely horrible where you're like, I don't know if somebody wrote this or if like a typewriter got up and decided to have a penis one day, you can send that. Reading the good smut would be weird though. It'd be very strange. Like, my bookmarks and Archive of Our Own are my bookmarks alone. Give me 50 subs and maybe I'll share the link. Once watched Bible Black with a bunch of idiots in a card shop after hours. I don't know why I said ours. After hours. Gotta love watching crazy shit with a bunch of idiots, though. That was super cool, by the way. After hours, after the arse has happened, after many an arse has occurred, saw a meme on TikTok about how their AO3 bookmarks are one thing they will never show to anyone, and you're like, same. I did like it. That was super fucking atmospheric. I also just like listen to a lot of just like EDM and string stuff in general, so it's up my alley for sure. But thank you for sharing. That was super fucking cool. I see why you like music and music production. I need to show you. This is the last thing we'll end on. This is a piece by Steve Reich. 20 minutes, sorry, not 30 minutes. It is a piece for two pianos. I'm going to preface this because to show you how technically difficult this is to pull off if you were a performer. This is a piece for two pianists, and it is entirely based on these performers having absolutely fucking perfect rhythm and timing. Because this is the two pianists together. They are playing together, and you hear the one note because they're perfectly in sync. For now. What fandoms do I like on AO3? Here's the problem with the things that I find on AO3. I have a habit of like finding an author that I like, checking their comments, seeing who has bookmarked their stuff, and then going through other people's bookmarks to see what is similar to that author's style. So I find that to be a great method of like just finding things that I wouldn't otherwise or wouldn't pop up in search because some things are unlisted. So what happens is my list includes everything from like Fallout to Mothman, and I'm not kidding. It's like that breadth of material. Like, sure, there's stuff that a lot of people write for, like fucking My Hero Academia or whatever, but there's also just like off the wall, are you also writing for something I've literally never heard of? There we go. It's in my bookmarks. This is where the pianists diverge from each other. I talked over it a little bit, sorry. It happens back here a little bit. But you can start to hear like the shift of one pianist is pulling away from the other, and it just changes the entire melody. It's fine, I talked over your whole song. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I genuinely hope you don't mind that. It's just like when I hear music, sometimes I also just keep going off because it's a stream habit, you know? I'm sorry. But yeah, it continues like this for a long time. Also read BNHA fanfic these days. There are a lot of good authors for it. There are a lot of fucking good authors for it. Not gonna lie, this is a funny story. It's pretty anonymous, so I don't think they'll care. I was going through a fandom that I am into on AO3, and I actually found somebody I know IRL. I found their fix, and I recognized their username. Because it's the same as where I saw, where I communicate with them somewhere else, and it was like, oh, this is what you write, huh? It's very good. I like read a little bit of it and then like eat it out because I was just kind of felt weird after a while. Caroline Polachek. Oh, I recognized that last name. Oh, I told them about it too. They were super fucking chill. They were super chill. They knew they were fine with it. There are at least several people in one of my friend groups who just are on AO3 a lot. Some people are so talented they just use worldly stories for free, right? That's also a thing about AO3. There's some good fucking authors who could literally just get published probably if they tried to commercialize it very well. You're currently obsessed with her, so you might send requests next stream to listen to her music. It's very nice. Fuck yeah. Sounds good. Send them in. I just find it so cool how this changes over time. Even though it's literally the same notes over and over and over and over again. I would never be able to do this. I was the best at piano. I would never be able to do this with somebody else. It requires so much focus and so much repetition and such a steady beat. And if there's one thing I struggle with, it's being able to feel the beat when I'm performing. I always lose it. I always go too fast. I go too slow. I leave in too many pauses. I accelerate like nobody's business. Doesn't want to be able to do that with you. I wouldn't be able to do this with anybody. You don't play the piano? I mean, you could just headbang some notes out on the keyboard. Idiot phase. Two people just going like forehead to the keys intermittently. Was trying to see if pianist and penis have similar origins, but I guess they don't. But apparently pencil is a derivative of penis. Seems actually relatively logical. What do I call an oblong object that is longer than it is wide? Pen something. Whenever you did the song request on the piano, it was super nice. I'm glad you liked it. We have 2 in the queue right now. Florida Man Dan and Kitten still have things that I owe them. I was gonna reprint the sheet music and then the printer ran out of ink and then I'm just lazy and the ADHD took over and I still need to finish practicing them, so like, I'm stupid and lazy. Yeah, executive dysfunction. But yeah, I should have more requests soon. If you guys want to send in more, that's always an option. Should collab on a song. It'd be hard with distance, but that'd be kind of dope. I still think it would be fun to have some kind of like chat group music thing going on. At one point, I actually thought about doing AI generated music based on chat messages people send in. I actually had the code set up somewhat for it and was looking into machine learning to figure out if I could program something to interpret certain text words as chords. So if you said like major chord, it would actually understand to put in a major chord into a piece of music that it would generate. But then I realized I'd have to pay somebody to actually figure out the details in the Python for that shit. So I didn't do that in the end. I did re-download Pure Data though. If you have not heard of Pure Data, it's basically Max MSP but free, and it does some really cool stuff. Really great integrations. Don't have to pay for it. Interface is janky as fuck, but it is kind of cool to just like generate your own sine waves, or triangle waves or square waves or whatever you want to make. And you can also integrate like lights, and there's definitely a way to integrate it with like Raspberry Pis and Arduinos if you really get into the weeds. But I would have to like study that for a while to remember how to do all that shit again, actually. Anyway, that's piano phase. That's the piece. It does this for a very long time. I find it incredibly soothing and meditative, and it's also something that I'll just like work and do tasks to. One of my favorite pieces of music to just like show off is like, this is an incredibly technically complicated thing, but also just like really cool when you get into it. On that note, however, though, we have been streaming for almost 4 hours now, so I'm definitely going to head out and wish you all a very happy time zone to you. Thank you all for coming by. GG's again to Puffball Panda for the CDS games earlier. Thank you to Emotional. Thank you for Puffball. Thank you to Akato for all of the raids and for sending people over here. You guys are absolutely amazing, and being part of the community is a fucking blast. So I'll be off Tuesday and Wednesday, but I'll be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific time for the usual shenanigans. We are currently kind of dominating the category right now. So why don't we send some people over to Reich Rising? He usually does some cool slot machine random shit. So we'll go raid them, and I hope to see you again potentially in a future stream. Don't forget that the next tournament that I'm hosting will be happening around Easter. CDS games will be continuing every week, so look forward to those, not just for me, from also everyone else who is competing. Those will be super fun. This has been a great stream. First time streaming competitive gameplay for me as well, other than ranked. So that was kind of cool. Thank you all again. I hope you have a great rest of your time zone. Hope to see you again. If not, have a wonderful time. Happy Tuesday, I guess, for most people now. It is Tuesday. Bye, Internet.